It's already under on the short hiatus. We're gonna lock down the schedule. Make sure you share the link, share the link, please. Please share that link. Share that link in the building. VIP. We in the VIP right now. You feel me, Larry? Make sure you have Tab 40 Central too. Make sure you have Tab 40 Central. Tab 40 Central, Tab 40 Central, y'all. Tap it up. Look, we in VIP right now. See them comments, like it up. We going crazy right now. Appreciate you waiting for dropping their link. Yes, sir. Drop their link. Drop their YouTube link, not the Iris is good. We in the building. We ready. We all ready. Turk was good. Turk. Nobody doing it like us, man. We got a little different look. Oh, they can hear me? All right, bet. Just making sure. Making sure.
Start it up, man.
He's not used to TV. He's not used to TV? I'm not going to lie. You got to put it back over. Start up. You ready? So listen, I want to introduce myself, STF Chris. You already know the vibe. We got Justin here. He's just doing hookah today and just reading comments. We got my man. You can put it back on. We got my man right here to the left. My man Ernest, star basketball player of Scanlon High School.
Yeah, you better than Eugene.
He could have made it to the NBA, but he couldn't make a layup.
Fuck no, that is.
We got the man with the suit locked in. This is his weight room. This is his weight room.
The home team.
We here. Yo,
The
this,
whole
hold on, put it back
team.
on. Yo, this argument been happening for weeks, and now we here. Y'all seen the last episode, but I wasn't here for the last episode. There wasn't a lot of energy, but we here today. Yeah. So I want to just ask y'all, how was your day today?
Round of applause.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
intro. Good intro.
I'm hyped today. I was at work. Hyped. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He was doing 8 Mile. He was doing 8
Yeah, I was
Mile.
doing that. The B Rabbit. The B
He was
Rabbit.
doing this.
Let's get it. Let's get it. What's good, chat? What's good? All right, so I want to just ask how your day was going. That's what I want to ask. But it looked like y'all don't even want to answer how your day was going. Y'all just want to get into it.
man.
All right, so
Visitors first. No, visitors first.
visit first. How was your day today, Rose? How
It's good, man.
Was you like studying
For what?
and getting ready for the questions?
No, I had a regular day, good
Regular
day.
day?
Sun is out, summertime. We good. Shout
You
out
was
to all
hooping?
the fathers. Not me. Father's Day is coming up. I
Okay.
mean, other than that, we good to go, man.
Shout out to all the fathers out there. Yes, sir.
We good.
Not a home team. JT's Fitness. We in JT's Fitness room.
Let me get bumpable. Get bumped.
You stretch or something? You good?
It's bumpable.
He got the shirt entire.
You want to loosen that up a little bit?
Bumpable.
Okay.
I ain't even got to sweat when it comes to this.
Okay. 5 minutes in, sweating. All this. Come on, we know. We know. We see after the first episode.
So,
Get started, man.
Can I get to? Why I never get to
He
my
gotta,
day?
he gotta get to his day.
I
wanna
never
see how
get
his
to
day
my
is.
day. Can I get to my day?
Yeah, get to your day.
Hey, you right? You the home.
Thank you.
What you guys do?
I had a pretty good day. As a result of my day, I actually said I can't have any more raw slander. Because he did a really strong solid for me. Looked out. So shout out to him. It looks like we will be working together at a school. So that's major. Thank you.
Can I ask one
Appreciate
question? Would you take it back to the old school days and just go in the bathroom and shake it up real quick?
That sounded crazy.
Whoa. That was wild.
That sounded real.
No comment. This guy's crazy.
My man just said, go to the bathroom,
Yeah,
shake it up real quick.
Back in the old days.
Sprinkles. Sprinkles.
I know what the
I'm
fuck out
saying,
there.
let's go.
Sprinkles.
Shake it up, sit next to me, man.
Shake it up. Shake it up next to me.
But yeah, that was really the highlight of my day. That was good news. Gonna be working together. The job that I was currently at didn't throw a solid offer. So I kind of felt, like a little bit like an NBA player in the moment. Got some offers on the table. You got to look at the pros and cons, weigh the options.
Yeah, the free agency.
Free agency, man, is real. It's real in education. Free agency. I think I'm a top agent.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm LeBron, but I could be a Bradley Bill.
Okay. I respect that. I respect
I
that.
can help a franchise move forward.
Okay.
This man, I don't know.
Bradley Beal.
Who are you? Who are you? If I'm Bradley Beal, who are you?
I'm gonna give you some credit. You Pat Riley because you made it happen, right?
Listen, man. I just try to do what I can. I just try to put my people in position to win, and that's it, man. That's all I can say.
No, but answer the question. Who are you? In turn, if you had to give like the value of your contract.
Right now, for what? Probably Masai Ujiri. You know what I mean? I'm on Toronto shit. You know what I mean? Came from Denver.
So you're not an
Try to
athlete.
prove, man.
You're bigger than an athlete, is what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Some people like to play Monopoly. I can just own the board. You know what I mean?
No.
It's just me. That's how I think. Some people think
I wish I had the
differently,
horn right now.
man. People think different. That's it.
Let's get it, Ross.
Let's get it, man. Let's get
All
started,
right, let's
man.
get started, right?
Let's get started.
So Sunday, we didn't get to talk basketball on Sunday. So let's get to the first game that happened on Sunday. Bucks defeated the Nets 107-96 to tie the series 2-up. Giannis had 34 points. First question is losing Kyrie a big deal? And can Kevin Durant lead the Nets to win the next 2 out of 3 if Harden doesn't play?
All right, can we get what's the first?
The first question, my bad, is losing Kyrie a big deal to the Nets? We start with you, Rose.
Yes, of course. When you lose one of the big 3, of course, it's a big deal. Some people, well, at least I said, Big Baby, he came out of nowhere today and said it was karma because he stepped on the Boston logo. I don't understand how that correlates, but it is what it is. But yeah, losing Kyrie is a big deal for the big 3. We all expect them to be healthy and be in the chip, and clearly, like we've seen this season, it's been fatigued by injury. So we'll see what happens.
That's your
JC?
answer?
It's a big deal. Like I
That's
don't
your
understand.
answer. It's a big deal.
Clearly, you don't think it is.
Let's go back to episode 1. Who did you say?
Again,
Who did you say?
Answer
Who
the question.
did you
Why are we
say?
going through all this?
Hold
Who
on.
did you say
Wait,
was the number 1
question.
player in the world?
Answer the question.
I'm getting to that. But who did you say was the number 1
Can you
player in
answer
the
the
world?
question?
Who did you say was the number 1 player in the world?
I said Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, right?
Okay.
And what team is Kevin Durant on?
Nuts.
The Brooklyn Nets. Now, the question was losing Kyrie a big deal? When you're the best player in the world, you figure it out. It don't matter. It don't matter. There's no excuses. You got to figure it out. It's no big deal. You the
So
best
it's not a
player.
big deal at all.
You said Kevin Durant was the MVP of the
We're asking
playoffs.
you your opinion.
said
Hold
that.
on, you're not talking about.
You said.
your
Can
opinion.
I finish?
Can you answer the question?
Can I
Getting
finish?
hostile. in
Can
here.
I finish? Can I finish? I let you speak. Did I not let you speak? I did not interrupt you. I didn't say nothing. I let you go in your little diatribe or whatever, and I let you talk.
I said,
So
no, can you
can
answer
I
the question?
can I finish my statement?
What?
Like I was saying, you said Kevin Durant was the MVP of the playoffs.
Okay.
You said Kevin Durant was the best player on the Brooklyn Nets. You said Kevin
the
Durant
best
is the
player in the
best
world.
player in the NBA.
Okay.
You said Kevin Durant is the best player in the world. So now without Kyrie, it's a big problem? How? You got the best player in the world according to your standards, so he should figure it out. Because you said that you gave that same analysis when it was on LeBron James in the NBA Finals. It don't matter who you got, figure it out if you the GOAT. So if you the best, you figure it out.
Did I say Kevin Durant was the GOAT?
Yo,
You said he was
fellas,
the best.
the chat remembers. He said KD got killer instinct.
He does.
Thank you.
But
So where's the killer instinct? You have no reason not to show
again,
it.
you see, this is what I hate about debates because you're always trying to flip things, maneuver things, try to shift your way through things. The question was losing Kyrie Irving a big deal? Yes or no?
No.
Why not?
Because of everything.
No.
you
See,
said
not, you
about
see, you
Kevin
always
Durant.
do this shit. You always do this shit.
I'm using
It's
your
all-
words.
No, I want you.
So your words don't matter now?
No.
Why are we debating if
Can
your
I
words
talk?
don't matter?
Can I talk?
Yes, you can.
Can I talk? I'm asking your opinion, not based on what I said. I have my opinion. We all know what I think. I said it. What? This is the second episode. I said it already, right? How do you feel about Kyrie Irving going down? Do you think it's a big deal? Why not? In your opinion, not based on what I said. We don't know what I said.
Yeah,
Why do you
interesting
feel
fact.
like it's
So-
not a big deal?
So we can acknowledge that what you said was nonsense first.
No, that's not true. It's my opinion. Now, can you answer the question? Why is it? We've been. How long have we been recording for? 5-10 minutes? He still hasn't answered the question.
He
Answer
said
the
no.
question.
He
But
said
no.
no.
Why though?
So why
No.
do you think that
It's not a big
it's
deal.
not a big deal?
Okay. So we have the so-called best player in the playoffs on the Brooklyn Nets. He's arguably the best player in the playoffs right now. That's debatable.
Yeah, that's
Probably between him, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul,
Kawhi.
and Chris Paul.
Whoa. Why are you doing that?
Why do you keep interrupting?
Why are you doing that?
Why do you keep interrupting?
Why are you doing that?
Why do you keep interrupting?
Why are you doing that?
You asked me for my opinion.
Yo,
You asked me for
so
my
we just see that pause right there?
You asked me for my opinion.
Yo, why
Did you not? Did you not?
Can you
Can I have the floor?
Can I ask you one thing though?
Oh yeah,
Yo,
fight night.
Go ahead. So you're not putting Kawhi? I'm not. Yes or no? You're not putting Kawhi Leonard in that category.
No.
Okay. Go ahead. Just ask him. Go ahead.
Now do I have the floor without being interrupted?
I can't interrupt you now. We're having a debate. We talking.
But that don't mean you have to interrupt me. Let the people hear my. You asked me for my opinion 5 times now. Each time I try to give my opinion,
You still waiting for me to
interrupt me.
talk. You still waiting for you to
You
talk.
interrupted me again. Can you stop interrupting me, please? Yo, can y'all handle this?
Yo,
please?
listen.
Jesus.
God,
Just listen. You
Just talk, go
you got
ahead.
a lot of
you
Shannon
keep
Sharp in you.
telling me to talk, and
Listen.
when I talk, you interrupt me.
All right, so listen. So you answer the question and say losing Kyrie isn't a big deal, correct?
Correct. It's not a big deal.
But why? Not using Ross's
My opinion.
his opinion
I was
first
saying
episode.
that Kevin Durant's top 3 players left in the playoffs. Yes, losing Kyrie is going to hurt the team, but does that mean that the Nets can't win? Absolutely not. Why? Because they have Kevin Durant. He's averaging what 30 plus points in the playoffs, or
Yeah.
at least over 28, 29 points. So it's like if you got that man on your team, now it's mano y mano. It's you and Giannis. You the man that said, I'm sorry, not you in particular, but in terms of Kevin Durant was the one that said, don't ever compare me to Giannis. That story leaked when Jay Williams said it when they was at the party.
Allegedly.
He said that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he said that. Don't compare me to that man. Now you don't
One
got your
superstar versus
your
one
Robin.
superstar.
You don't even got your third option. It's you and yours versus me and mine. If you're the better player, it should be nothing to worry about.
But
That's my opinion.
okay.
Now you have the floor.
No, I mean everything you're saying is facts. I'm not.
Oh, I know.
I'm
That's
not,
why I
I'm
said
not, Can I finish?
That's why I said
Can
it.
I
Because
finish?
it's fact.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't even. Cause you just. All right, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
Ernie, you got the
You
floor,
said
Ernie.
what I said
It's
was
okay.
facts.
It's
I
okay.
said it
What you
because it's
said-
facts.
Agreed. I agree with you there.
I know you
Right?
do.
But what's a better team right now?
The Bucks.
So you expect the Bucks to win?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
We put the money that the Bucks was going to win. Did you forget
Okay.
that?
Okay.
We put the money, did we not?
Okay. All
Did
right.
we not put the money on it?
Okay. No, Chris.
Did we not put the money on it?
Yeah, live on 40 live on
Remember-
episode 1.
You didn't
Live
bet
on
me. We
episode
did not
1.
shake hands
Live-
episode 1.
Episode 1, Roche. I did
You did
shake
not
hands
shake
for the
my
bet.
hand. Episode one.
We did. Okay.
I'm
I don't
asking.
remember.
I'm
I
asking. Do
don't
you remember?
I don't
Do you
remember.
remember?
You can pull up the tape.
Yes,
Do
y'all
you
did. Y'all did.
remember?
Y'all
Okay, we
did.
did. We
I don't
did
know how
that.
much I bet,
We
but
did
y'all
You
did
got
bet.
$50. Bro. Don't act like we didn't do that.
A lot of hostility.
I don't know how much
I've
I bet.
been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting.
I just wanted to.
I've been waiting. You a fraud.
I
You're a fraud.
want to know this. I want to know this. When the Nets win.
When the Nets win?
We need to do a podcast.
That's
that
it.
day
I'm winning.
after the out virtually. I don't care how we do it.
We
I
coming
just
right
wanna keep
here.
the same energy.
All right.
All
You
right.
got
When the
that
Nets
energy today.
We're good. I'm
So
good.
wait, if you think the Nets
I'm
still gonna
good.
win, then why is losing Kyrie a big deal?
Because it hurts them. Why? Like he doesn't have his other 2 superstars with him to run as we
So this goes back to my next question.
And you think and Brooke and,
Hold on.
and the Bucks have a better supporting cast
All right.
than the Nets.
Now the
Without
next question,
Kyrie.
it goes to the next question.
Okay.
Can KD lead the Nets to win the next 2 out of 3?
Yeah, he can lead them.
Why do you think he can lead them?
I just feel like they at home. They got home court, right?
They got home court today in 7.
Okay, got you. I just feel like in the game 7, I think it's gonna go 7. I think being at home has the advantage of them winning. I think they'll get the right calls, they get the whistle. I think they're gonna show up in the 7th game and win and come out and go to these conference finals.
So I want to ask you something.
Okay.
So you said losing Kyrie doesn't hurt them, but you still
No, it hurts them. I said it hurts. He said it doesn't hurt them.
them. He said,
He
I
said
said
it doesn't.
You said it doesn't hurt. So you said it hurts them,
Yeah, it
but
hurts
you
them.
still have them winning. So it doesn't hurt them.
No. It hurts them in the long run as far as getting
Oh,
to the
no.
chip.
We're talking about
Right.
this series.
Yeah,
This series.
Yes, it hurts them. But
So this series doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt Kyrie?
yes, you lose your second and third best option. Of course, it hurts them. Like I don't understand. Listen, you lose Kyrie
debate
Irving.
me, nigga.
You lose.
Debate me.
I just asked the questions.
I don't care. Debate me. Go ahead.
You lose Kyrie Irving,
Mhm.
James Harden.
All right.
Right. It's gonna hurt your team. Everything changes around. Everybody got to step up. Brown, fucking, Blake Griffin, all these are Jeff Green. All these niggas got to step up. Like they're not put in that position they was in before when James and Kyrie was there. Now they out. They all got to step up. So yeah, it hurts them, but I feel like they can overcome it. You go. You have nothing to say now, right?
Can you ask the question again, please?
we don't remember.
Well, can KD lead the Nets to win the next 2 out of 3?
I would say no, primarily because I feel like Kevin Durant, like you said, the Bucks do have a better roster. I also think they have a better coach. And I think in this moment, I think coaching will be exposed. I think Bud will draw up the right game plan to figure out a way to slow down Kevin Durant and make him uncomfortable. I think the biggest factor is going to be, though, how the referee is going to call it. Because PJ Tucker was allowed to get very, very physical with Kevin Durant. I don't think that's going to happen for the next 3 games. Maybe 1 or 2, but definitely not for the next 3. So if PJ Tucker gets in foul trouble, they're going to be in trouble. But I think they can still win because they have the better roster. And I think they will win because they have the better roster, the better coach, and some may argue the better superstar. But that's neither here
Are
nor
you
there.
arguing that?
Am I arguing that?
Yes.
2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, twice. You can make a hefty argument. Averages the double-double for the season. What, 28 and 13, something like that. You can make that argument. Make that argument.
So you think Giannis is better than KD? Cool.
I say you can make the argument.
You're making an argument. You're making an argument. You think Giannis is better than KD?
I mean, if you
That's
look at
your
the
opinion.
numbers, defend it. How is Kevin Durant better?
That's your opinion. It's
I'm
okay.
asking you, but how is Kevin Durant better?
It's okay. It's all right. You don't have to ask me. This is your opinion. You think Giannis is better? That's cool. That's fine. KD
Hold
is
on, don't
definitely.
tell me what I think.
That's what you said. You
I
just
said
said it.
I said you can
just
make
said
the
it.
argument.
You just and you
I said
said
you can make the argument.
right. You made the
You-
argument.
no, you
made the
said-
argument.
I said I can make the argument.
Okay.
You said so. Make the argument.
And you just did.
And I presented the numbers and I presented the facts.
Okay.
I asked you to defend it. You had nothing to say.
Kevin Durant has won 2 times. Has 2 MVPs.
Won 2
Finals
times
MVPs.
Oh, finals MVP.
Yes.
playing
He has 2
alongside who?
championships.
Playing alongside who?
Yes. 2 championships.
Playing alongside.
We're not talking about who he played alongside.
So
We're
that
talking
doesn't
about
matter.
him.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't say that.
The
That's not,
championships
that's
team-
not, that's not the
You got the
argument.
floor. You
That's not the argument. We're arguing
I
about
apologize.
who is a better player, right? Who you taking? I'm taking Kevin Durant. You're taking Giannis. You said his stats are better, 28 and 13. KD averaged what? About the same amount of points, maybe less rebounds.
And way less games.
Okay, but I can foul Giannis. Can't shoot for shit, just like Ben Simmons. So at the end of the game, he's really liability. He's not taking your last shot at the end of the game. You're relying on Chris Middleton to bring you home. Like, let me ask you this scenario, right? They play today, right? They come down, what, 83. They say score 83, right? Low scoring game, physical game, like that, right? Bucks got the ball, 10, 15 seconds left. What is Giannis doing?
He's not shooting it.
What's he gonna do?
That's not his job. He might set the
What is-
screen.
so you got the best player who's better than Kevin Durant, right? He's not gonna do anything at all.
That's not his position. That's not his role. That's like saying.
So you
that's
you
like
telling me
saying-
the
that's like
superstar on the
saying-
team. Wait, give me a minute. You telling me the superstar on this team that's not his role on the last 10, 15 seconds of the game to have the ball in his hand. What is he supposed to do?
You could be the best player on the team and not take the last shot.
What is he doing? That's not what I asked you. What is he
I
doing?
don't know.
that
It depends
so
on the
now you don't know.
situation. It
Now you don't know what the
depends on the
superstar's doing.
It depends
So
on
now
the
when it comes
violating-
down to crunch time,
Y'all
you don't know what he's
violating
doing. He's lost. He's lost.
No, that does not.
I know what Kevin Durant's doing. Give me the fucking ball. Get the fuck out the way. And
Right,
let me
that's
score.
his job. That's what he's supposed to do. You can still.
What is
you can
Johnny
be the-
supposed to do? He wants to
You
be the
can be
leader
the
of the
best
team.
player on the team and not take the last shot. That's like saying Shaq was the best player on the Lakers. Fourth quarter, if Kobe's getting the ball.
Why
Kobe was not on
is
Shaq.
Giannis not getting the ball?
Because he's not that. That's not his role.
Why not?
That's not his role.
Why not?
Because that's not his role.
Why not?
What
Why
don't you
can't
understand
he's a
about
star?
that?
He's a
That's not his
superstar.
role.
He's a
But
superstar.
you can be a
Look,
superstar.
What's
That's
his
not
role?
his role.
Define his role. What's his role?
Best player on the team.
What is his role?
The best player on the team.
No, what define? What does that include? What does that mean? Best player on the team. He says a title, or the best player on the team.
So
That's his
you
title.
think you-
what's his role?
He's a leader scorer.
So
He's a
you-
leader scorer.
leader
So,
rebounder.
he's a leader scorer, leader rebounder. And I asked you the last 15 seconds in the game, tied up, he has the ball. Can't ask him to score since he's a leader scorer. This is what you're telling me?
Okay. It's called coaching. You put the play.
So-
you put
so-
the-
so-
you put the-
so- So you think?
So if
Try
you
to
have,
coach.
so if you
Try
have
to
Shaq
know.
on your team, you're gonna have him take the last shot.
I'm Kobe took the last shot.
Okay then, but
Shaq
Shaq
was
is
a better
player.
player. Yeah, Shaq.
Who you having take the last shot on the Milwaukee Bucks? You don't know, right?
Chris Middleton. I
Chris
just
Middleton?
said that.
Chris Middleton?
Yes.
bro?
Oh, Giannis. So you're gonna have Giannis shoot because he's the best player. Who are you gonna have shoot the ball?
If you want Chris
You are
Middleton,
you gonna know?
if you
Based on
want
what you
Chris-
just said,
if
is
you want
Giannis
Chris
supposed to shoot the last
Middleton,
shot?
if you want Chris Middleton to take your last shot to bring you home, good luck with you.
Now answer
I'm
my
taking
question.
Kevin Durant.
Based on
to
your
take the last
logic,
shot.
if you're the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, being that Giannis is the best player,
I'm giving the ball to
You're not-
Giannis.
and to take the last shot,
But
Go to the fucking rack, get a foul, dunk something.
you just said he
Do
can't make
something.
shots. You just said he
Hey,
can't make
I
shots. You said he can't shoot free throws.
would rather
You
see
gotta
him.
lose.
I'd rather see him go to the rack, strong, get an N1 layup dunk. Because no one can stop him, right? No one Brooklyn can stop him, right? Because he's the best player. He's better than Kevin Durant, so no one can
So-
stop him, right? Listen, you're not part of the
hold
debate.
on, hold
Listen,
on.
Right?
People said,
Yeah, stay here.
Right, right,
Stay here.
right, right.
Because you're not making no sense.
How?
people said
I
Shaq
want
was
him to
never
get the ball
better
and
than
go to the rack.
Kobe.
They're trying to make a play? Or they
Shaq
collapse
was
and he
never
kicks it
better
out?
than
Like, I don't
Kobe.
understand. Like, why can't I put the ball in his hand to make a
so
good pass or go to the rack and score. Is that asking too much from
Alright,
your
so
superstar?
Jokic-
Your leading
so-
scorer?
So Jokic is the best player on the Nuggets, yet Jamal Murray takes it.
Who's the most valuable on the Nuggets? Your opinion. This is your opinion. Who you think is the most valuable?
Nigga that got the award.
Jokic.
So the same nigga that got the award got fucking swept 4-0, but he's the most valuable, right? Without Jamal Murray. But let me ask you this: you think Jamal Murray's playing? You think they're getting swept still?
We don't know.
I mean, it's a simple question.
No, wait.
a
Stay
simple
on
question.
topic.
You just broke Jokic.
We're gonna get in the Suns and Nuggets topic.
Okay.
Stay on the Nets
Okay.
topic.
Yo, this guy-
Next question. Next question.
No.
Go ahead.
Listen. I wanna put my input on this. Hold on. I agree with both of you, right? So what JT's saying is the superstar doesn't always have to take the last shot.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Right.
So if you bud and you coaching the Bucks
Right.
and you know that Giannis can't shoot free throws and he can't shoot a jump shot, why not try to look for something else? Right?
Look what I said.
It's simple.
I said go to the rack, right?
That's not a play. Take the ball, go to the rack.
Listen,
But then I
Can I finish?
get what you're saying though, because you're saying that
they can collapse. You can kick it out.
You're-
You have
you're-
options
but
when you have the
Ernest,
ball in his
Ernest
hand.
is saying that basically take the attempt to take the shot. So
Give me something.
Why would
So-
they?
So what do you want to do? Is get a ball,
so-
let him go 1-on-1 and hope he
That's
makes
what
it?
they did to win. What was that, game 2? Gave it to Chris Middleton. He made the shot.
That's one out of
Not-
what? You gonna do it every single time?
Yes, if that's the person who can make the shot.
Okay. All right. You
What are
believe
you
in that?
talking about?
You believe in that? You think there's all right?
all right, so I want to stay on the Nets topic. What happened?
Italy. Time to go visit.
Oh,
Get your passport
hit the
game up.
horn!
Get your passport
Hit the
game
horn! He
up.
got it from Italy. Let them know.
Florence, by the way.
Yeah, let them
you gotta
know.
be specific.
Let
It's
them
okay.
know.
It's okay. It's all
Let
right.
them know.
It's okay.
But listen, I agree with both of y'all. Superstar don't always have to take the last shot. But Ross is saying let him attempt it. Like let him. All right.
At
So
least
now
create
now
something.
what if Giannis kicks it out? Will he get crucified for that if he kicks it out?
No.
Yeah. So you saying
I'm not, I told him to do that. You could
so
kick
you
it out,
want
you
him
could
with the
drop,
ball, but he
collapse.
doesn't have to take the last shot.
You didn't have to take the last shot.
Okay.
I'm not arguing that.
Okay. All right.
So I just want to ask one follow-up question. In your opinion, who's the best ISO player?
On the Bucks,
Who do you think is the best ISO player?
Giannis.
No. We still on the Nets topic. Yeah, that's it. All right. So the next question I got about the Nets series, we're gonna go back to Game 5. I mean, Game 4. So you said that Kevin Durant could carry the Nets to win the series, right, Ernie? So when Kyrie got hurt, KD had 0 points in the fourth quarter.
We got
That's-
hurt. It was a miss of a 2 run that the Bucks was on.
But I'm
it's like,
saying,
you can't really stop the bleeding after that.
so Kevin Durant doesn't get crucified for scoring 0 points in the fourth quarter. He's supposed to be the best player in the world.
I mean, you could crucify him, but how much? Okay, he didn't score in the fourth. It's one game. Like, what you want to do? Like, look at the whole team. What everybody else did. You know what I mean, like, Philly, they lost, right? Like, it wasn't enough. They got
Stay
slapped.
here. Stay here.
They got
Stay
slapped.
here.
So it's like,
You saying Kevin Durant don't deserve to get crucified for having
no,
0
I didn't
points.
say
You
he.
said he was the
I
best
don't.
player
Did I just say
in
that?
the world.
Did I just say he shouldn't get crucified? I said you can crucify him. Okay, crucify him.
So
Go
crucify him.
on and hate.
No, crucify
No,
him.
this is what you said.
You crucify him.
No, it's not my
Why
job.
not?
It's not my job.
You're an analyst,
No,
right?
you
You're
said I'm not an analyst.
Crucify
I'm
him.
not an analyst.
So what the hell are you?
I'm
What are
just
we
a
doing
person-
right now?
I'm
You're not
just-
an analyst.
I'm just a personal opinion. That's it.
Person with an opinion.
That's all I get. Personal opinion.
We gonna go to
Sorry
commercial.
about that.
We gonna
At the
go
end
to
of the day, Turk said he still had 28 that game. But at the end of the day, if you're a superstar of a team, you have to score the ball in the fourth quarter when it matters most. When Kyrie was out,
What
was
was the
only
score going into the fourth quarter?
they was down 4.
Okay.
So
The Nets was down.
yeah, I think the Nets was down 4. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but I think it was 4. I don't remember. But at the end of the day, when Kyrie got hurt, they was down 4. I remember that.
Yeah.
So they down 4
A
when
miss of
Kyrie
a
gets hurt.
19-2 runs, and they went on a crazy run, and the misses didn't get hurt. That's what I'm saying.
But
like,
In the
Well,
fourth
who's somebody
quarter, to
to
have
compare?
0 points as a superstar, as the best player in the world, compared that's what you said. He should be accountable for that. Correct?
okay, correct. But
All right.
at the end of the day, they was up 2-1. Okay, they lost. That's 2-2. Like, so at the end of the day, they tied up. No one's up. No one's down. So it's like, you either gonna knock him up, you just didn't play no more, right? You just quit basketball. You scored 0 points in the fourth quarter. It happens. People have bad fourth quarters. Everybody had a bad fourth quarter. But we crucify them every single time? No. We keep it moving. Like, you had a bad quarter, come back the next game, and try to win. Like, basketball, nigga. Like, what you want to do? Dwell on it? Like an hour, 2 hours talking about how bad of a fourth quarter he had? Like, come on.
I just
We're
want
talking about game 5 now, right? Game 5
Yeah, that's what I'm
tonight.
saying. I feel like people should hold every superstar accountable
Can you,
to
hold,
the
can
same
you
level.
look into the camera and hold Kevin Durant accountable?
He didn't score enough in the fourth quarter to make the Game 5, get ready. Game 5.
All right,
get
so
ready.
so
That's
so
you holding them accountable.
Game 5, get ready.
JT,
Remember that.
how you feel about him scoring 0 points in the fourth quarter?
I think for Kevin Durant, it's not good, but I kind of agree with him. It's not the end of the world, but in that situation, it's like that's where you as a coach, like I'm thinking of like if I'm a coach, I'm waiting or I'm looking for my superstar to step up. Now there's some nights where the ball is just not falling in, and that could have been one of those nights. We all know Kevin Durant is arguably the most lethal scorer to ever play the game of basketball. So with that expectation, we would assume that in the fourth quarter, when your team is down and your second option is now out, you're gonna take me there. Here's the ball, take me there. But it's that time.
Also, can I make the argument that in the fourth quarter, it was going to slap, you up 15, 20. At that point, it's like, okay, we lost, we take this loss. I'm not going to play for like the second half of the fourth quarter, and then we just play. Let's find another day. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell. When he got injured, whatever, he wanted to go back in the game. They're already down 15. Why put him back in to get risk injury? Just wait, okay, we lost this game, we get ready for another game. Like,
Wait,
that's what coaches do.
Kevin Durant didn't play the entire fourth quarter?
Yeah, he
No,
played.
I'm saying at some point, it was getting slapped.
Oh,
Like
okay,
15.
okay.
So at that point, like, why continue to play? We already lost. You shocked yourself lost. We lost this game. We lost our player. Kevin Durant, just sit down. We'll just wait for the next game to regroup. Like, that's what coaches do.
Well, because
we see
one-
it happen a lot in the NBA. So
yes,
it's like,
yes. But one, in the playoffs, every game matters, and two, a 15-point lead, depending on how much time is left in the fourth quarter, isn't insurmountable.
yeah, but when the momentum is, you play basketball. We all play basketball. When that
You
momentum
play
is
basketball?
we play basketball. We play basketball. You play basketball.
I was asking
I'm
for the
just
people.
saying.
I was
I'm
asking
just
for the
saying. We play basketball. You know how it is when the momentum switch. A team is going on a crazy run. It's hard to come back when they're hitting threes, hitting twos, getting everything like that. Physical. They're getting every call at home. So at that point, it's like, okay, we get ready for game 5 at home.
I mean,
The worst you can do is what?
I feel like you gotta hold Kevin Durant accountable. It's not acceptable, especially if you're healthy. It's not acceptable to have 0 points in any fourth quarter in any play. That's first and foremost. But like you said, it's not like if it was a game 7, it's way worse.
It's way different.
If it was a game 6 with their backs on the road, it's way worse.
And it wasn't down the series. They was up 2-1. So
it wasn't a win or go home. It's unacceptable because you're paying him tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, I think, to play. You want him to perform in that fourth quarter, but he had an off night. It's Kevin Durant. He's gonna bounce back. He's not gonna do that 2 nights in a row. I just feel like Kevin Durant, you gotta bounce back. You gotta remind everybody why you're the best scorer in the NBA, why you're the best scorer left in the playoffs. You gotta remind everybody. Because I don't know, some people might have forgotten.
All right, so the game starts in approximately an hour Eastern time. What's your predictions for Game 5? Ernest, start over Ernest.
I got Nets winning. You want score prediction?
Yeah, I'll take score prediction.
115, 107. Nets. Assuming James Harden plays, 115, 107. I think he is playing.
Yeah, he is. He is playing.
115, 107. Nets winning.
CT, what you got?
It's time for Giannis to show the world why he is in the same stratosphere as Kevin Durant. Tonight he will do that.
This.
He will have.
Who can't y'all hear? Who you can't hear, DJ?
So, like I was saying, tonight is going to be the night Giannis Antetokounmpo shows the world why he is on the same stratosphere as Kevin Durant, arguably the best scorer to ever play in the NBA. And he will show that by having 30 and over 10 rebounds, over 5 assists.
Mike is low. Mike is low.
Huh?
Mike is low.
Over 5 assists. He will have the win. He will, and the score will be with or without James Harden. So I think James Harden is going to play and he's going to get injured. He's not going to play the all 4. The score will be.
You gonna get injured again?
I don't think his hamstring is 100%.
I don't.
He's gonna do what AD did. He's gonna try.
They say your mic is going in and out. Give us 1 second, y'all. Oh,
Can you put the gain up?
engineers on it. Engineers on it.
So then, I think what's gonna end up happening, he's gonna show the world that he's in the same stratosphere, and I think that James Harden is gonna try to play. His hamstring mic is gonna give out, and even if he is on the floor, I think he's gonna be not a decoy, but he's gonna be on the floor to help just create spacing for the most part. Like he's not gonna be cutting to the basket, doing a bunch of ISO moves. He's gonna be there, yo, catch and shoot, knock it down if you can. Maybe get a couple moves here and there, but I don't think he's gonna have over 20.
So let me ask you this: if the Bucks win tonight, series over?
No, they got Kevin Durant, the proclaimed,
I'm asking you.
proclaimed best player in the world.
I'm asking you your opinion. Do you think it's over?
I think it's over.
Yes.
No.
So you,
I would.
so you had the
I-
Bucks in 7,
I had the. I don't think I picked this a number.
but
I
I'm
just had the
asking you his
Bucks
number
win.
now.
Action right now.
Live on TV, you got Bucks in 6 or 7.
I'm gonna go Bucks in 7.
Okay.
Because I think game.
So regardless of who wins, somebody's gonna like the opposite team's gonna win.
Yeah,
Game
yeah, yeah.
six,
I
and
don't
then we'll go
think
7.
either team
Okay.
is gonna win back to back.
I'm with
It's,
you.
it's going 7. The
Okay.
winner's gonna be in 7.
Okay.
I don't think there's gonna be.
We definitely
back
gotta have that game 7 preview if it comes down to it. Before the game
to- yeah,
and
good.
after. We definitely.
My final score, I'm gonna say 124. 124. I think the Bucks go on a 3-point shooting spree tonight. So I'm gonna go 124, 117.
Very high score.
Well,
Sounds like Nets,
124,
no defense.
117. I think the Bucks remind them why they're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league because they're due for a big.
All right, so Ernie had Nets in 7.
That's in 7.
You had Nets in 7.
Mhm.
So now we're gonna go to the next game. We still on Sundays because we didn't talk basketball Sunday. Suns sweep the Nuggets.
Mhm.
They win 125-118 in game 4. Chris Paul and Devin Booker combined for 71 points. First question is the Suns sweeping is because of which player the most?
Oh, Chris Paul automatically. Chris Paul deserves his flowers. I know he doesn't get a lot of respect in the league. You know what I mean? Some people look at him as a cancer, but you definitely gotta give him his flowers while he's here. So shout out to Chris Paul. He's the one really the engine of that boat.
I would say Devin Booker. I would go Devin Booker. Is more of the reason why they won because what he did to the LA Lakers put
Nuggets and Suns series, not the Lakers series. All right.
correct. Hold on. Are we debating?
Just correcting
We're
you.
debating,
Just
right?
correcting
Yes.
you. Just correcting you.
But that's part of his point.
Talk like that. Stop
Thank you. Thank you. So, like I was saying,
You good?
Devin Booker put the world on notice in the Lakers series. I said that on purpose. And now the rest of the world was on watch. And I think he continued that play in the second round against the Nuggets. Did anybody pick the Suns to sweep them? I don't think so. But I do think Devin Booker now has shown that these 25 and under crew, they're here. Like they're here and they're not going anywhere, is what I'm seeing. Even in the post-game conferences, like this kid is 23 years old. You would think a 23-year-old is gonna say some, yo, y'all just won a game, or y'all just knocked out the Lakers. What is on your mind? You probably thinking he's gonna say something like, yo, I'm about to go turn up, or I'm hitting the club. I'm gonna go party and celebrate.
Right.
They're like, nah, I'm locked in. The job not finished.
Okay.
You could hear Kobe Bryant in the psyche of some of these kids, 23 years old now in the NBA. And I think Devin Booker is now showcasing how it's like him, Luka, Tatum, they're here, and LeBron and them, our season's almost over.
Agreed.
Our reign is almost done.
Do you think, and I know we had this debate, I know we didn't have it on camera, but we had this a lot. And I know you went with Mitchell over Booker. Are you still feeling that way?
See,
Since you just made the claim for Booker, and granted, they're all great players. I think they both are superstars. I think they both are really that next level up to the, you know what I mean, once passing the torch, once LeBron and all them niggas get out of here. But you still taking Mitchell over Booker? Mitchell's been excellent this player.
Mitchell has arguably been the best player in the playoffs. Outside of his even last night he had a lot of points, but his efficiency was terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But he's been putting up 30 plus a night. I would say Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell. I gotta go.
It's tough, I know.
I gotta go Devin Booker because I think
Oh, switch up.
I might have to switch it up.
Okay.
Only because my only knock on Devin Booker was that he never made shots that mattered. That was my only take on him.
Okay.
He put up the 70 or 60, whatever he had.
Okay.
He was putting up numbers for the Suns since he's been in the league, but
Agreed.
he was never put in a situation like we saw in the LA series to hit shots that matter. And he closed the deal when it came to that LA series. This is a combination of him and Chris Paul. They both playing phenomenal. But that first series, he closed the deal. He closed the casket. And when I saw that performance, I said, okay, he could do it.
So with that being said, you think Suns are going to the finals? Or does it depend on who they
That
play
was my
coming?
next question. That was my
Or
next-
does it
my
depend on who they play between the Jazz?
Hold on, my
or-
next-
Let the moderator.
my next question was will the Suns win it all? Yeah, the whole thing.
No.
You take the field?
Yes. I think
But that's because you got the Knicks winning, right? That's why you got the New York Knicks.
Can I answer the question? It's okay. Hey, we will make mistakes. We will make mistakes.
Can you wear a Knicks jersey to the next show?
We all make mistakes.
Can you
Listen,
wear a Knicks jersey to the next show? If you had to wear a Knicks jersey to the next show, who would you wear?
Can I answer the question first?
All right, yeah.
I'm
We'll
first
get to
of
that,
all,
we'll get to
Suns are not taking it all the way. Sorry, Chris Paul. Great player, great point guard. If they play the Jazz, I think that's a better matchup for them versus they play the Clippers. I think the Clippers definitely gonna beat them. I think they're just deeper, taller, got more strength. They just got 2-star players versus one and a half, right? And I don't think they got no wing to defend Paul George or yeah, you put Crowder and Mikal Bridges on them, but I don't think they stop him Paul George. That's just my opinion. I think it's a better matchup for the Suns against the Jazz because I think the Suns could beat the Jazz for the finals. Now I don't think they're gonna win it all, but that's my opinion. Go ahead.
I would say, can the Suns win it all? I would say it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's probably unlikely.
What's your percentage on that? You think they're gonna
I
win
would
it all?
say under 50.
So you taking the field?
I would take the field against the
Okay.
Suns. Only because I feel like if they run into a team, like if Philly goes to the finals, they lose. The Suns lose.
Okay.
Because Ben Simmons is just a bad matchup for Chris Paul. Like pretty much what he's been doing to Trae Young. He's been neutralizing Trae Young to some effect, to where his shooting percentages haven't been really that good. I think he could have a similar effect.
You think he's doing that to Chris Paul though?
I think he could either do it to Chris Paul or maybe even Devin Booker. I think he could slow down Devin Booker. He's arguably the best defensive player in the NBA right now. 7 feet tall, strong, fast, athletic, long wingspan. There's not that many things that you can really do when Ben Simmons is guarding you, especially if you're small. And I think that's been the crutch of Chris Paul's career is that in the playoffs, when the game slows down, they can throw a bigger man on you and cut off some of his vision. You're not going to stop him, but you can slow him down a little bit if you put some size on him.
Do you think that's gonna slow? Oh, that's a good. So you taking Sixers? They play the Suns. I think they play the Sixers. I think Suns win. I think Chris Paul just.
No.
I think he wants it too bad, man, to be at that finals. I think they could beat the Sixers. I feel like the Sixers be kind of inconsistent. Joel Embiid's health, Ben Simmons, you can't put him in the fourth quarter at certain spots. He be in a dunker spot. I think it's hard. We seen it last night when they played Atlanta. He was in a dunker spot, and his time he got taken out for the last few possessions of the game. So it's like at that point, if you're gonna put him you're gonna leave him in the game to guard Chris Paul. On the opposite end, I could just do hack at Ben Simmons, and he has to go to the free throw line. So it's like pick your poison, but we'll see. But I think we both agree. We both don't think they're gonna win.
So if y'all do know, Game 4, Joker got ejected.
Mhm.
So how do y'all feel the NBA should deal with superstars getting ejected when the game matters most?
You want me to start?
Yeah, it was bullshit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That shit got me tight. I'm like, how in a fucking win a go home game, down 3-game zip, your MVP who just won gets ejected. Because my thing is like this. I guarantee, granted, we did splits, all that good shit. If that was LeBron, KD, James Harden, they were not ejecting none of them players because it's Jokic and niggas ain't really want to see him win MVP or feel like he deserved it over, Chris Paul or somebody else that ejected him. I think if it was LeBron James, we all could say like he was not getting thrown off the game. Like let's just be fair. Let's be honest about that. Like, you can't argue me with that shit. So
I agree.
I think he shouldn't got kicked out. And plus, it wasn't malicious. Like he went for the ball. Yeah, he hit his face, but I feel like it wasn't malicious in the fact that he's bleeding. There's a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't that hard not to be. And he apologized after, so it wasn't like he just walked away like, man, fuck this nigga. I did that shit on purpose. Like, so I wouldn't have done that. Maybe if Flagrant won and then free throws, but I wouldn't have been doing that. Not that kind of game. Go ahead.
Let me tell you why everything he says is completely false.
Okay.
And incorrect.
Okay.
So, the question about whether or not he should have been ejected. Absolutely.
Why?
Why every time I talk, you feel the need to interrupt me? Did
I said why?
Did I interrupt you?
Yes, you have.
I did not interrupt
You
you.
have
when
interrupted
you was just
today.
talking.
You
You
have
was just talking.
have
Did
you
I
interrupted
interrupt
today?
Did I
You
interrupt you
you-
while you was just talking? Yes or no? Can I have the floor?
What?
I feel like I have to ask for permission.
I can't ask
every
a
time I wanna
question?
speak.
Why can't you just say, okay, I'm explaining? Why can't you just explain?
Ask your question.
I said, why? I said, why?
Why what?
Do you feel like he should have got ejected?
I feel like he should have got ejected because, again, first, before I get to the ejection, you're down 3-0. You put yourself in that predicament. So to say that it's a must-win game, win and go home, I don't got no sympathy for that because you the MVP and you down 0-3. That's on you, bro. That's on you. Phenomenal basketball player, arguably deserved the MVP. He played a bunch of games this year. He put on for the city of Denver. He did his job. But you down 0-3 and you want me to have sympathy for you when you was the favorite to win? People had the Nuggets winning this series. But now you had Nuggets winning this series. So this is what I'm saying. So now you down 0-3. You want me to have sympathy for you because you can't hold your frustrations on because of a call?
But he went for the ball though.
I don't care.
So I'm going for the ball. He deserved.
It was a bad foul. That's a bad
foul and ejection. Two different
It
things.
was a bad foul.
You think it was you think it was flagrant too?
You reaching
For the ball?
You're reaching across his body
For the
to make-
basketball.
You're reaching across his body unnecessarily. He said it was a hard foul.
It was a hard foul.
He said
And
did
you
it
play
on
with
purpose.
basketball?
That's what I just said. It's a hard foul. It's unnecessary. You
But-
don't do that in 2021.
But a flagrant 2 though?
Yes, that's a flagrant 2. The same thing with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons should have got ejected for what he did with
But he didn't though.
John Collins. He
But he
should have.
didn't.
He should have.
He did. But why? But why is
Should've.
that? Why is
I
that?
don't know.
They eject him, but why you going?
Refereeing has always been subjective. You know that.
That's crazy.
But you know that. So you can't say
So you would have threw him
it's-
out. Imagine if this is LeBron, you threw him out.
if I'm the ref,
No. If it was LeBron, would you throw him out?
asking if I'm the ref.
Yes.
See,
See, now you got to think about it. But with Jokic, you ain't think about it. Bad, all this shit you just explained, you didn't think about that. But with LeBron, you got to think about it. Why? Why? Because he's LeBron, right? See, that's that bullshit I be talking about, America. See, how you got to think. That's that bullshit right there we talk about, son. I got to think, rub my chin. LeBron, should I do it? Am I going to get fired? But Jokic, nah, just get him the fuck out of here. They already lost. They down 3-0. You got something else, man.
Now,
see that tab of 40 cents.
something
now
else.
you see that.
He's got
You see
something
how
else.
you asked
We
me a
see this,
question?
right? You see this, right?
You see how
Go
you
ahead.
asked me a question and then you proceeded to answer it for me? I don't do that to you.
You thought about it.
Did you let me answer?
You didn't. You sit there pausing,
Did you let
rubbing
me
your
answer?
chin, all this extra shit.
Did you let me
We
answer?
want to yell a yes or no
hold on,
answer.
hold on,
I didn't
Ernie.
get a chance to answer the
JT.
question. You thought about it.
If it was LeBron,
So what?
hold
I can't
on.
think.
You didn't think
Hold
about
on.
Jokic. That's my point.
It don't matter.
Why?
You asked a yes or no question. You
Hold
asked me to
on.
think.
If it was
What's wrong with
LeBron
you?
James, would you have ejected him? Since Ernie wants to know the answer to that.
If it was LeBron James, I think he would deserve to get ejected. Absolutely.
No.
If he was
See
there-
how slick he's trying to be? I think he deserved to get. Would you have ejected him? Yes or no? You said, "Oh, maybe I deserve." That's the. These guys slick. Don't let the time watch fool you. Don't let that shit fool you, man. This guy's crazy. So I'm a character. Yo, this guy's slick, man. You gotta catch him, man. You gotta catch him.
So I didn't answer the question.
No, you say yeah, he deserved to get ejected.
I said,
Bro,
yeah.
No. So that's a yes. You would eject him.
Yes, I said yes because he deserved it. You can't reach and slap somebody's chest like that.
So-
you can't do that.
Hit the ball.
So let's go. To
Barely.
the,
He
let's
hit
get
him
to
in the
that.
face.
Listen,
Oh, he hit him in
listen.
the face. Did he not hit him in the
The
face?
GTA, yeah.
Did he not hit him in the face?
Barely.
He
Listen.
hit him in the face.
Barely.
He did this.
Listen.
What is that, man? Ain't do this.
He
Could
hit
he
him
do
in
this?
the face. He hit him in the face.
He's a
Alright,
crazy.
so-
He hit him in the face and he hit him in his chest.
In his
And he
chest.
barely hit the ball.
Oh my
He swung across
So-
his body. You can't do
Pull the
that.
video up. He
In
hit the fucking-
2021, you cannot do that. He swung across his body. He went over his back and did that. You cannot do that.
Yo, I
That's
think
a flagrant.
I think we all know a fact that JT is lying when he says he would eject LeBron James. We know this. We know.
Don't
this.
ask me a question and call
It's
me a
okay.
liar.
Yeah.
Don't ask me a question and
You
call me a
got-
liar.
you got-
Alright,
you
so
got-
listen,
Don't
listen.
ask me a question.
Fellas,
and
Sorry,
call me a
sorry,
liar.
sorry.
Fellas,
Rephrase it.
fellas,
We don't
listen,
believe him.
Listen,
We don't believe him.
No,
I'ma
you
give
don't
you-
believe.
I'm gonna give
Do you
my-
believe him?
Huh?
You believe him?
He said, "Yeah." Why would I? That's my man. They're supposed to.
Okay,
Just
thank
like
you.
you.
Alright.
If you,
I don't
if you,
believe him.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on this side with you. I think that was a bullshit.
That's bull. I know I ain't tripping.
no, listen. I agree with you, Ross. I think it was a bullshit call. But like he said, it's subjective. Ben Simmons should have got ejected last night. Ben Simmons should have got ejected. If Joker got ejected, yeah, they got to be
Gotta be
consistent. But we know that refs
No,
is like
but that's
that.
not
Because look,
refereeing is not consistent.
Because
We all know that.
because in the playoff, me and you spoke about it. In the play-in tournament, Draymond Green smacked LeBron in the face. It wasn't even a flagrant one. So it's like they go back and forth.
How do we know what to follow? How do we know what's legal or not legal? Flagrant 2 or not flagrant 2? We don't know.
That's why he said subjective.
I led with it's subjective. Refereeing
So we
is
don't. So it just
subjective.
goes
Bad.
either way. Like he could ref one night and be more strict than you refing the next night. Like
I just know.
that's
I just
how-
know.
now if it's the same series, then it's questionable because it's, most of the time it's the same refs. But let's get to the next topic. So yesterday, Monday's games. We was on fucking Sunday. But Monday's games, all right, Atlanta Hawks defeat the Sixers 103-100. Trae Young goes off for 25 points and 18 assists. The series tied 2-2. What do both teams have to do to win the series?
I think with Embiid, it's just health. If he stays healthy, they could definitely win the series. Atlanta make shots. You got a lot of shooters on their team. As long as they make shots, they can win the series. So I think Atlanta has to make shots, make threes, get Embiid in foul trouble, send Simmons to the line. That's how Atlanta wins. I think Philly wins if Embiid just stays healthy, stays on the court. And I think Tobias Harris definitely have to step up and shoot more, because I think when Embiid's hurt and Embiid's down, who's your second option as far as scoring and taking a lot of shots? And I think Tobias Harris is your next player has to do that, because we can't rely on Ben Simmons to do it. So
I think you just said a lot of nothing.
a lot of nothing.
you
Look,
said a lot of
he
nothing.
said, I said, go ahead,
You
go
said a
ahead,
lot of nothing.
go ahead.
If the Hawks want to win, Trae Young has to play better. Yes, he had 20 and 18 or whatever. But his
25 and 18.
25 and 18, but his efficiency was horrible. They were getting smacked damn near the entire game until Joel Embiid went cold. So you cannot rely on Joel Embiid being cold in order for the Hawks to win and come back from an 18-point or 15-point deficit, whatever it was. So if the Hawks want to win, it starts with Trae Young. They have to figure out a way to get him a little bit more open shots, because Ben Simmons is doing a pretty good job on him. And when they switch off screens, they have a lot of good wing players who can still maybe not step for step with Trae Young, but they can keep up with him. They can at least try to slow him down and keep a hand in his face. So they got to figure out a way to try to give him some good open looks in transition, number one. And in the half court, they got to try to figure some things out. Run some double screens, run some head screens. You got to figure something out, going to call some better plays. That's how the Hawks can win.
So Trae Young, what is better for Trae Young? Is it more efficient? You're saying that's how they're
Yes.
gonna win?
Because the game is now easier.
So it has to do none of the other role players stepping up. It just has to
No,
do
if
with-
the role players are doing what they've been doing, given that the role players are doing what they're doing.
So how you say I said a whole lot of nothing, and you just said Trae Young, and I said the role players, but we both saying the same thing.
No, we're not.
How you just agree with me saying the role players have to step up and make shots, right?
No, you said that.
Right, and you agreed.
You said that.
You agreed.
You said that.
And you agreed.
I did not say that.
So what did you
said
say?
that. You said
What did you
that.
say after Trae
You
Young?
just told me I said that. I did not say that. You said that.
What did you say?
You said
What
that.
did you say?
I said Trae Young has to play better,
And what else?
and that the team has to help him.
Define help
From
him.
the coach.
The-
The coach has to put him in the position to
What the
succeed.
fuck does define help him mean? They gotta fucking make shots. You think Trae Young's gonna score 100 points by himself?
Everybody, that's a given. I have to say that.
Yes,
I have to verbally
nigga.
come out of my mouth that
Yes.
the role players have to hit shots.
Yes.
Okay, so for any team to win in the playoffs, your role players have to hit shots.
Right.
Your stars have to hit shots.
'Cause
That's a
it's-
given.
'cause it's
That's
none of-
basketball 101.
Right, but you have to explain it to people. I just said that. You
Huh?
think no? You just
So you
said
think our fans are dumb?
yo.
You think our fans are dumb?
You're saying Trae Young being efficient. Yep, that's the reason they win. That's it. Duh, nigga. Besides that, you gonna have fucking role players stepping and making shots. He can be efficient, and your role players let you down. Then what? Then what you gonna say? Well, Trae Young had a good game. He was efficient. Oh, they're supposed to win. They thought he was efficient.
Okay, so I see I gotta break it
This guy
down.
is crazy.
I gotta break it down to baby bite-sized
This guy is
pieces.
crazy.
Because I thought y'all was able to comprehend simple basketball. Apparently, according to him, y'all don't understand simple basketball.
I never
So-
said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said
so,
that.
I said apparently.
Apparently nothing.
Apparently,
Never said that. No,
It
apparently.
needs to be broken down into bite-sized baby pieces this big for y'all to comprehend. So, to answer the question, if the Hawks want to win, like I said before, Trae Young has to be in a better position to succeed. He's taking a lot of tough shots. He's taking a lot of shots with hands in his face. He's not getting a lot of open looks. The coach has to figure out a way to get him open. That's it. Get him some open looks. And like I said, in transition, they have to get more transition points so where he can just come down, dribble, pull up and shoot. That's going to give him some open shots. Don't let the defense set up. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Given, with that saying, the role players also have to do what they've been doing, which is making shots. John Collins hasn't been making shots. Bogdanovich has been making shots. They've been tripping in.
Yeah,
They've been
they
tripping
can
in.
do better. I
They
watched
can
that
do
game
better.
last. Yeah, you're right.
Two.
Now Philly, what you think Philly?
Oh,
Philly
wait,
hold on,
has
hold
to-
on.
Two.
I'm gonna go to the next question. Next question
Okay.
is, will Embiid be healthy the next 3 games, and how would it affect his play?
Who are you starting with?
You can start with you, JT, because Ernie been. starting.
Absolutely not. Embiid is going to be injured. If they win this series, he's going to be injured in the next series. If they win the next series, he's going to be injured in the finals. This is just the story of Embiid's career. It's going to be fighting through injuries, fighting through pain. He's going to be. I think he surpassed Tracy McGrady already, but he's going to have a Tracy McGrady-esque career where he had this explosive beginning with a whole bunch of potential, going head to head with some of the best players. But then as time goes on, his production just slowly winds down due to injuries. And I think we see it here. Starting off really good in the playoffs. Started really good in the season. He was arguably the MVP. Barely limped into the playoffs because he was injured so kind of in the playoffs. And now it's the torn meniscus, we know for sure. That's only going to get worse because now he's going to start compensating that knee with other places in his body. So he may start putting more pressure on his other knee. That's what's going to lead to more injury. So if I'm the Sixers, what's the series right now?
2-2.
2-2.
2-2. If Embiid starts looking real bad, you might have to consider sitting him. Because if he has a season-ending injury, that hurts this year and next year.
But he's already injured, so he has a torn meniscus, like you said. So why not sit him?
Why not sit him?
Right? You just
Because
said,
if he has an ACL tear, it's over for next year.
so you're basically gonna risk the chance of playing him the next game.
No. I said if it gets worse. Like if it look like right now,
It's gonna get worse.
This is what I'm saying. So
Okay.
now, if it gets worse, you might have to consider sitting him. You gotta consider it.
If the Sixers lose the series, how much percent are we giving to Doc Rivers? So I feel like
What
he
the
gets.
fuck does that have to do with the question he's
Just listen,
asked?
just listen to my point I'm going, right? Listen to the point I'm going, right? Just
So
like
we
you showed
debating
him.
now. We're not listening.
Just no, we are. Just went to my overall point, right?
Okay.
You said injury with Embiid, right? Let's just say he's not 100%. We all know that, right? They end up losing the series, right? Okay. How much you putting on Embiid? How much you putting on Coach coming in, Doc Rivers, new staff with Darren Moore and all this stuff? How much you putting on it?
It depends on how they lose. If they have an 18-point lead like they did last night and they blow it, that's a Doc problem. Because you have to make sure that your role players and your bench players, while you have them in, maintain that.
This is accurate.
If that happens, it's on Doc.
Okay.
If they lose the way they lost last night in the fourth quarter with MB just missing a wide open layup, I can't put that on Doc. He put you in a position to succeed. You got to make that shot.
Do you feel Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid could coexist together and win the championship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If Embiid's healthy,
So you're not
absolutely.
breaking them up.
No. If I can help it, no. If I have to choose one,
You got to trade one. Yes. Who you trading?
I'm trading Embiid.
Is it because of injuries? Is that it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Your best ability is your ability. So if
All right.
Embiid can't be available,
That's fair.
gotta go.
All right,
Papa.
So the next question is,
That's fair.
the series tied 2-2. What's your series predictions for the rest of the series?
That's so tough because this whole series is really riding on the knee of one man, Bulls. So that being said, if I had to pick one, I'm picking the Philly. Philly's gonna win. Philly's gonna win in 6, primarily because if Embiid is on the floor, I don't see him having another 0 for 12 stretch with or without the torn meniscus. I think he'll be better than that. And that's really the only reason why the Hawks came back. They've really been losing every game badly. Like their losses have been bad.
You won the first game. Didn't they win the first game of
They
this
won the
series?
first game. They won the first. I said every loss that they had. It's not like it's been
They-
close game.
They was
They're
up.
getting
They was up 25 or 28 in the first game, and then Philly came back and made it a game.
That's what I'm
Atlanta
saying. So
won.
like, it's not like these games have been like close the entire time with leads going back and forth. Nah, like Philly has been spanking them, and this could be to your point about Doc. Philly has been spanking them, and Atlanta finds a way to come back. I would say I think Philly closes the deal in 6, with or without the tournament.
Do you think that's a pattern with Doc? Because there's times he has a lot of teams he coached, been up, lost the lead. You think it's starting to be a common pattern?
No.
And
No.
if it does happen with,
No, because
Okay.
because he coached the Clippers, bro. The Clippers are the most cursed franchise. Are you debating? Are you stepping into this ring? Are you stepping into this ring? Are you stepping into this ring? Don't say nothing if you're not gonna step into this ring.
Listen, you
Listen,
can't
this
say
is a
that.
different weight room.
I was
It's
talking to him,
8:40
but
Central
I
Podcast.
kinda-
it was just a
This
question.
is not
It was
40
just a
Central Podcast.
question. It was an accurate question.
I just wanted to know.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. This is
not?
not 40 Central Podcast.
Because you can't have your injuries is your injuries, nigga. That's not the coaching
No,
problem.
no, I'm
You
saying.
go outside and get hurt. That's your
No,
fucking
I'm
problem.
not saying that. I'm just saying. In the past, he had the Clippers, right? Then they blow a lead.
I was on your side. How you fucking coming at me?
Just saying, step in
I'm
the
just
ring.
saying. I'm just saying.
Step in the ring.
All right, so let's speed it up a little bit.
Why?
You don't want to step in that ring.
Why?
All you know is the Lakers. All you know is the Lakers. All you know is the Lakers. This man does not know basketball. He does not know basketball.
We was giving them the floor. We can do it too.
No, we don't want to do that. We can do it next week, right there. Right there.
Stay on it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You got it,
I need that. I need that. Oh yeah, I'm
All
seeing
right,
it.
Cartel on
hold on.
Cartel Prime.
So next game, Clippers defeat Utah 118-104. Pandemic P with 31 points, finally shooting over 25% in the playoffs. Kawhi goes off for 31 as well. Series tied 2-up. What do both teams have to do to win the series?
I think we need to have a conversation of whether or not Paul George has mapped out to what we predicted he was going to be. I think Paul George had a very high trajectory when he was with the Pacers. He held the Pacers hostage and forced a trade. We thought that we were going to see the evolution of Paul George to where he was going to develop into a alpha, to being the best player on the championship team. That's what I thought he was going to be.
Okay.
He's not that.
All right. Great.
He's a great
two.
B. He's a great
Number
beta.
two, yes, I give it to you.
He could lead a team to the playoffs as an alpha. I think so.
Okay.
I don't think he could win a championship
As the best player on the team.
as the best player on
Right.
the team. But in terms of the series, I think that the Clippers have the better roster. There's no real reason for them to lose. I do think what I do like about the Jazz though is that their best strength, their greatest strength, is the Clippers' greatest weakness, and that's the interior offense. So the Jazz have Rudy Gobert.
I think that hurts him a lot.
Hurts the Jazz?
Yes.
You got the
I'm
floor.
gonna tell you why. I feel like, first of all, Donovan Mitchell's usage rate is crazy. I feel like they're really hurting without Mike Conley because Donovan Mitchell's a shooting guard, right? He had to bring the ball up, set it up, and I think that's not his job. Like, same as Devin Booker. Like, he needed a Chris Paul to help run that offense, let him get good shots, let him be more efficient. When you got him bring the ball down, trying to get shot, make plays for everybody else and stuff like that, I think that hurts him. And plus, you got to guard Kawhi, Paul George on the defensive end. I think that hurts him and also went to injuries because using him so much. I think Gobert hurts him because, yeah, he's reigning defensive player of the year and all that great stuff, but the pick and roll kills him because if you watch his game, he never steps out on the three-point line because he just secures the paint. Clippers got a bunch of shooters, so when Batum's in the game and they play small ball, it hurts them because what they do is shoot threes, and Gobert never steps out. Or if he does step out, pick and roll, and they're going right by him and lay up. So I think they're playing literally into the Clippers' advantage.
That was the best take you ever gave.
That
That was a great damn. We gotta
That's right,
cut that
man.
and we're gonna put that on YouTube.
That was a do you gotta do,
great
man. Do what you gotta do, man.
That was by accident, but it was a great take.
I got you. You know,
It was a great
sometimes-
take.
I think that was the one take he studied. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
he was ready. He wrote it down on his
He was like, I
notepad.
picked the Clippers as my second prediction because your first prediction.
I said also, but I said the Hawks too. Let you know, by the way, I got the Hawks.
Yeah, you do have the Hawks
That's
in
what you know.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
What?
6 or 7.
6 or 7. That was his prediction. Everything was 6 or 7. It
Yeah.
wasn't really a prediction, but it was a prediction.
Hey, I had Suns in 6.
Yeah, you did.
Just want to throw
You
that
had
out.
Knicks in the championship.
You right. You got see why you always gotta go there. You right.
All right, so
I be wrong.
I wanna ask you, Ernie, since you watch Utah games,
I watched a few games.
Clipper games, and while you watching the game, they had potting, so JT didn't get to really watch the game.
Okay.
So as you could know, like, because I was sitting there watching it, the Clippers was doubling Donovan Mitchell most of the game. Is that the answer to beating Utah? Is doubling Donovan Mitchell?
Yes, because I feel like the Jazz players are not good off the ball besides Jordan Clarkson. Even though he's won 6 million a year, he's hit and miss off the ball dribbling. I think the players he got is more spot up shooters like Bogdanovic, Ingles, Royce O'Neal. All these are spot up shooters. They can't really take off the dribble and kill you. So that's why they have a feeling they could double Mitchell. And they're going to give it to Rudy Gobert to score every single time, but that's not his job. So I feel like that game plan's been working.
Nah, so basically, them doubling, I just think that Donovan Mitchell hasn't been making the right passes because they have shooters, right?
Yeah. But
So-
Clippers been good rotating though. And they've been running off the 3-point line.
So game 3 and game 4, that's what they did to beat him. Just like Luka. Kind of what they did to Luka.
Okay.
Strategy.
But I don't even think that's a winning formula for the Clippers because if Mike Conley's on the floor,
Right, that
That
changes
changed.
everything.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
so just doubling Donovan Mitchell is easy when they don't have their arguably second best player, third best player.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's as simple as doubling Donovan Mitchell and that's gonna slow him down because you do that with Mike Conley on the floor. Now you give it to a playmaker who can make it an easy shot for Rudy Gobert. Now it's like you don't really have another playmaker if I pass the ball on the top of the key if I'm Donovan Mitchell. You either thinking that they're either gonna shoot it or drive to the basket and not even get any type of points. So I think with Mike Conley on the floor, it makes it very, very difficult and much more advanced than just double teaming Donovan Mitchell. I think it's way, way, way deeper.
Also, too, I think we got to stop getting Ty Lue some credit because, to be honest, everybody thought when he won that one ring with LeBron, it was all LeBron. But yo, Ty Lue's really been working his ass off these last 2 series. You know what I mean? Switching up lineups, doing doubles, you know what I mean? Switching Paul George, on Donovan Mitchell at times, and even Kawhi letting to play him, you know, later in the full court. I think Ty Lue definitely deserves his credit. Yeah, so
But see, I don't know if I could give Ty. I mean,
look, Pat Beverly set him down, Zubac set him down, bringing Reggie Jackson, using Terrence Mann, switching up different lineups, bringing Luke Kennard in. I think, with no offense, your man Doc Rivers, I think he wouldn't do that. I think he'll go with his gut, go with the same core he knows, and wouldn't exhaust that lineup like Ty Lue would do. That's just my opinion, though.
But at the end of the day, he hasn't won in Utah. You have to win in Utah in order to win the series. So all the adjustments and stuff sound great, but he hasn't won the game that he needs to win, and that's the game in Utah. You have to win on the road, especially when you don't have home court advantage. So the series hasn't really started yet
until this next game. The series, to me, in my opinion, and I'm gonna say this for the American people, a series in the playoffs does not start until a home team loses. That's when the series starts. That's any series. Any series. Okay.
Look at the Hawks and the Sixers. It got interesting because the Hawks won on the road. That's when the series gets interesting. Because if not, all the home team got to do is just win at home. Yeah. In order for an upset to happen, you have to win one on the road.
And basically, yeah, that's what you said. Utah does play good at home compared to on the road.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the Clippers. I'll start with JT because you started the first question. Do you think the Clippers are saving Rondo for the next round, or do you think he won't play at all for the rest of the playoffs? Yeah.
I think to Ernie's point, I think Ty Lue has just been doing a good job of just seizing the moment and making the right matchups as the series is going on. And that's one thing I love about the playoffs is watching coaches adjust. Because it just shows like that's the chess match in basketball. It's like you see a game, you take notes, you may lose. It's like almost like LeBron's field games, like his game 1 field games is what they call them. He'll take the notes, he'll make the adjustments. He'll make the different plays moving forward, and he'll switch it up. Oh, that's fine. And that's basically it. And I think that Ty Lue has been doing a good job at that. And I feel like they don't need Rondo. They need Paul George to do the job. Kawhi has been doing it for the most part. If Paul George does his job, it's really not hard for everybody else. Like, because that's damn near between 55 and 65 points between those two alone. Everybody else is not really that much. They're not asking a lot if Paul George is doing his job.
And even to your point, like you said, I don't think they need Rondo either. Serge Ibaka hasn't even played yet because I think he's still coming from injury. So like that's another piece you could just throw in there just to throw shit around. So I think they definitely the deepest team in the playoffs that's left. So we'll see what happens with them.
And that's why I don't want to hear any excuses if Kawhi does not win the championship. You have the best roster, arguably, in the NBA. The most deep, most talented roster in the league. So now, if you, as Kawhi Leonard, do not win the championship, that is a big problem.
Who do you think needs the championship most out of everybody that's still playing in the playoffs? Who do you think needs it the most? Out of all, you got Kawhi, you got KD, you got Giannis, you got Chris Paul. Who do you think really needs it to really help validate their legacy?
Giannis.
Okay.
Giannis
do you think over Chris Paul?
Yeah. Because I don't think a championship does anything for Chris Paul.
You're right.
Like at this point in his career, like his stats are so solidified, especially if you look at the advanced statistics. If you look at the advanced statistics, he's easily the best point guard to ever play the game. But now you have some people say he's never won a chip, but it's like, has he really ever played for a championship team?
He's been screwed a lot throughout his year with New Orleans.
That's what I'm saying.
He had a trade supposed to go to the Lakers, and he didn't. He ended up going to the Clippers.
That's my whole point.
He doesn't mesh with veterans and stuff like that, but he messes with the young people. You see more OKC, see more Phoenix, so we definitely get that.
He started with Charlotte.
So do you think, speaking of championship, I know we kind of debate what championships matter or not matter. Do you think the championship for Giannis solidifies his 2 MVPs and 2 defensive player of the year? Is it solidified? No. Okay.
Because I think the expectation of Giannis is multiple championships. It's not one and you finally did it. It's like, no, one, now you're in the...
But you have to get one first.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Get one, and it's like, okay, now we can really have a conversation with you and the other superstars in the league. So now if you want to compare them to the Kevin Durant and the LeBrons and the Kawhis, you got to win. You got to win one.
So right now, are they in the same stratosphere? Since you say he doesn't have one yet, even though we talk about championships, but like, is he on that second tier? Not with the KDs, LeBrons, and Kawhis?
In terms of legacy, no.
Okay.
In terms of legacy, he's not there yet. But in terms of just who's just the best, better player right now in the moment, he's in that conversation because his numbers are just undeniable.
Okay.
But now when you talk about legacy in terms of the highest echelon of players, when you're talking about the Mikes and the Kareems and the KDs and the Kobe's and the Browns, when you're talking about that,
Yeah.
that's greatness.
Right.
Greatness is a
And he hasn't got it yet.
he hasn't
Okay.
gotten there yet. He's building the
Yeah,
foundation.
he's still young.
Two
He's still
MVPs,
young.
2 defensive players of the years. You put 3 championships behind that.
But think about it like this though, if he doesn't win it this year, it's gonna be hard because, like you said, that 2500 class is coming. There's a lot of players like the Jason Tatum's, the Bookers.
Yeah, but he ain't got nothing to worry about.
Okay.
He ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
He ain't got nothing to worry about. Did he sign? He signed the
I don't-
Supermax, right?
Yeah, he signed a Supermax.
So when his contract is up, when?
probably like
Unless
a year,
he is.
probably like 25. He got opt out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I don't-
He got
go
some
play
good
with some-
outside.
I don't think he has nothing to worry about with the 25 and under because he just better than all of them. But Luka's a debate. I think the Bucks could win it this year, and like he said, I do agree. They need to win this year because if not, it's gonna get harder.
Yeah.
Just because this is a weird season where people were just hurt
The
and
path to the champ, man.
a lot of injuries, and it was just it was a weird season.
But the Bucks are gonna get better though.
Yeah.
The Bucks will
The
get better.
Bucks will yeah, they're gonna have another season playing together.
Yeah, they'll have another season.
They'll
playing
get better.
together. They'll have Drew Holiday,
Another year
PJ
older.
Tucker. They'll
Yeah.
have some money.
Yeah, they'll get better.
They in the East.
But everybody's gonna get better too, because you don't know what's
It's-
gonna happen.
It's
you know what I mean?
debatable.
Yeah.
Nets hopefully be healthy.
And
Yeah.
if they lose,
No, that's not gonna be. And I want to have that on record. I said that in the beginning of the playoffs. The Nets are not gonna go to the finals, and they're not gonna win the finals because of injuries.
Agree.
So can I get my flowers, please?
what's the next question?
Can I get my flowers?
Because you said you
Alright,
predict the
so
people to get injured.
Y'all want to take a quick intermission or finish on it? Nah, this was gonna be an intermission. Want to take a quick intermission, like a little 2-minute intermission?
All right, I'll get the music going.
No. Don't worry about that.
I got the music.
He got something going.
I got something.
He got something he want to play for the people.
Yeah. There's my shit right
Can't hear it.
Spanish?
here. There's my shit.
Nah, what? Oh my god.
You can play your music.
Yo.
That's crazy.
Don't
How you
ever.
play that
Talking
during
about
the
yourself?
debate?
Not even during the debate, but just all men in the room.
Yo, he was looking for that shit for like. He was looking for that shit for like 15 minutes. So
Yo, I got the perfect song.
Wild boy over there now.
But my ass cheeks shake like jelly. Hey, but my ass cheeks shake like jelly.
He love that shit.
Yeah.
He was over here looking for that shit on YouTube for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wanted to shake his ass cheeks like jelly, but
You proud of yourself?
Nah, I did it for the people.
he's crying.
He do anything for the people. That's crazy.
Watch my ass cheeks shake like jelly. Yo,
So is
they
it
know
dance
what
that goes with that?
is.
Yeah, do it.
Nah,
You know the dance?
Nah.
I'm telling you to do it.
Are you really crying?
That's
You know
crazy.
that shit.
Red.
I told you. Yeah, he's
I didn't, honestly, I didn't think he was really gonna do it.
I didn't really think it was.
But then he said, "I got it." I was like, "All right, do what you gotta do."
Nah.
Okay, watch us plotting. You know,
Alright,
you
fix the
son.
music,
Don't
fix the
say
music.
us,
It's
nigga.
a wild boy.
Baby, I put him on guard.
That's crazy.
Yo.
The nigga who said, yo, that's crazy.
I guarantee you, if you play that in the car with a girl and she get hyped,
No girls in here. Exactly. If you want to see something like this,
I was
we don't want to hear this song. That wasn't that song. I don't ever want to hear that song. Next to you. Now you say next to you playing that. We don't want to call that. Yo, chill. Look at that cover. Yo, I understand you get. That's what.
so I think Ernie was against the book. I think it's nothing to do. Like it's gonna even it out.
We didn't know. We didn't know.
You can turn it over. We here talking about. Y'all got like 5 minutes. Y'all can go over the questions if y'all want.
No, I want the real shit. Like, stop giving people fucking.
Dang, I think only Wavy heard the.
question.
Uh,
Yo, move out the fucking camera.
damn.
Yo.
How long y'all go? Just 5 minutes.
Nah, whenever y'all
Like
ready.
two
We
minutes,
We're
2
gonna
minutes.
take a little break and we good. We're gonna
Yeah, we
chop it
should
up
be
here.
chopping it up. I ain't
First
gonna
time y'all
hold
gonna
you.
see two
Justin's
Spanish
ready to
people
take
sit.
a head off.
Yeah.
And go on the fucking-
Who the fuck came? Get off the fucking camera. That's it. Like,
Nah, that was a good debate.
let's run through the questions real quick. We don't gotta debate it, but we can see how you feel. You feeling different?
What the questions they answered?
Yeah. We go real quick because me and you got a bet already.
What about?
I'm
the,
taking the
oh,
Bucks
yeah, you got
over
the
the Nets.
no, you got the Nets.
I got the Nets.
You know what you bet?
You just told me.
I
You said,
still
yo.
got the Bucks winning. I got them. I had them at 6, so they gotta win tonight. If not, my prediction is fuck. But yeah, they have to win today.
That's cool. We're probably gonna go eat after this. You
Um,
gonna go eat and watch it?
Nah, they said we could just watch it here and order food.
We'll talk about it.
Talk about that shit after, I guess.
Who you got with the Sixers series?
You gotta take Philly. I don't think Ant-Man could continue.
I got Philly
with,
too. I
like,
got Philly.
That's an easy take.
Clippers, Utah. Who you got? I got Clippers.
Oh, we got another bet we supposed to make then. You want to take that bet or not? Do it for your people. Take the bet right on live. Do it for the jelly.
Do it for the jelly.
Do it for the jelly. Make that ass cheek sick.
All right, we got a bet. We got a bet.
We got a bet?
$25. Hey. Yo, that song is mad
chill.
catchy.
Yeah, y'all gotta chill. Man.
Why you spell my name like that and my name is not like that?
It's Chris with a K.
Oh, Julius Randle made all second team.
That's good. That's good.
Who made first team? Who made first team? Who made first team? Probably Curry.
Which one?
Probably Curry.
No, we can do that shit.
Jokic.
Nah, don't worry about it. Fuck that. But what else is there? What we have there? This shit. Oh, I know you be watching Mad Porn. This shit is on private. You go on the internet.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. My private right here.
Go press it.
The fuck?
Oh, all right. Don't press my.
Yo, watch my energy shake like Johnny. Yo. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I bet you Justin gonna go in his new car. And you gonna play that.
Nah, I'm not playing that shit ever.
Not even if you're having a party in your crib, you never play that.
Oh, the man.
I guarantee you in a man
Listen,
cave.
if we played that shit in the mansion, that shit might have been some shit.
We got one. I don't watch basketball. Oh, he don't watch basketball. Well, we got it at tie right now. We got it at tie. Whenever you're ready. Oh, Curry, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and Kawhi.
Curry ball, do good.
How did Kawhi make it?
He plays defense.
What?
Yeah, we drinking them Stone Cold Steve Austins right now. That's a fact. First of all,
Hold on.
we're gonna just fucking.
And we got this too, but we can't drink this right now. We got this.
Why can't we?
Ernie,
So they had
you good over there?
They had a couple of questions. I'm
wanna
not gonna
post
lie
them?
to you. They really want to know where your shirt's from. Like,
Italy, I swear to God.
He said
From
he's from
Italy, all right.
Don't
And
play, bro.
JT, they want to know if your ties are clip on or not.
First of all,
That's disrespectful.
Hold on.
come on, man. We got the naughty tie.
Camera's on you.
That's fine. That's fine. First of all, I'm gonna teach y'all young niggas how to tie a tie. Y'all don't even know how to tie a tie.
Niggas, not a clip on everybody.
Come on, man.
Oh, he about to teach you how to.
Teach y'all how to
Tie a
tie.
tie.
Should I teach? Should I show them how to tie a tie real quick? They
You're about
probably,
to
can't,
teach you how to.
they probably can't even tie a tie in less than 2 minutes. Let alone.
I can't tie a tie. I'm not
Can't
gonna
tie a tie.
She went to scale and not tie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so how,
word.
wait, so you was wearing clip-ons and scaling?
lie. Nah.
He
I
was
just had
wearing
them
the shit-
pre-made.
Who?
Had them
Oh,
The
pre-done.
pre-made, yeah, the pre-made.
No, I had them pre-done. Like
Yeah, somebody
like
did it
this.
for you. Why you ain't teach him how to tie? Ain't that your
Bro, my ties was fresh. His ties was fucked up. I know he did it.
he still knows how to tie.
I know how
a
to
It
tie.
don't matter. You rather somebody do it for you who's fresh, or you rather wear the
You learn on your own,
Yeah,
nigga.
I'm how to do that shit myself.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah?
I remember.
Ernie, tie that tie when you're done. I want
I
to see
want
it.
no
Tie,
next
tie,
minute
yeah.
games around my
I
neck.
Now look, I ain't tie a tie in years.
I can do it
I
though.
ain't talking time years either, but
Nah,
I'm
you ain't
doing
gotta
it.
make the tie. Oh,
I
okay.
can still do it though.
Ernie, let me see your ties.
You want to try it?
Your tie's fresh. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, but they ain't really do the tie on me. They did it on themselves.
Little minutes,
You know
huh?
what I mean?
I try to keep my ties pre-made, though.
Look,
I think it's good to keep them pre-made. Oh, what the
guy's a fraud, like GT said.
I don't know how y'all got this debate of tie. For real. He made one good point.
What?
That was his
The clipper shit.
yeah, that was probably the best you ever made.
That he didn't put quotations before it, but it's fine. I think I heard Stephen A. or Chris Bouchard say that.
No, and I also agree with him with the Jokic shit. I don't agree with you with that shit.
With
He
what?
should never got kicked out. That
Yeah,
was
hell
some
yeah,
good
she
shit.
got kicked out.
He didn't maliciously try
Got
to.
it.
He went to the
It's
ball.
2021.
I don't
That's
give
this
a
is my whole
fuck
point.
when
Y'all
it
basing this
Looks
off of y'all
crazy.
feelings.
First
In
of all,
2021, that's when you trash
Crazy. Looks a little crazy. Though.
Oh,
Let me see.
Looks crazy.
Wait, 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 wait.
Let me see.
horrible.
Let me see you, Ross.
Looks bad.
You don't wear ties at school. At
I
work?
don't know. No.
Damn.
Looks bad.
That shit's sideways.
You gotta set a
Yeah.
example for kids.
Word, B.
Yo, so let's get right into it. This is gonna be interesting. Put it on me. Put it on me. Put it on me. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a little different. This has nothing to do with.
I was thinking the same shit too. I
NBA,
know.
but nothing to
I was
do
like,
with.
yo, this guy's crazy.
The playoffs right
He's an
now.
all white.
So it might get heated.
Put it on me.
First question might get heated. First question might get a little heated.
Put it on me.
What he said? Put it on him?
Yeah.
Who said
Yeah,
that?
put it on me. Put it on me.
Oh, yeah. You told me to put it on you?
He's
I
a
never told me to put it
fool.
on you, bro.
What?
Who said, first of
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
you
put it
want
on,
me
put
to
it
shake
on.
my ass cheeks like jelly?
I never said put it on you.
And you
Yeah,
know
he
you
just
said
did.
Put it on.
Put it on.
I meant
Put it
to
on me.
scream.
Serious face too.
Say that. So say that.
Say it with
Put
your chest,
screen
nigga.
on me.
Put the camera on.
Say it
me.
with your chest.
Yeah, don't tell me. You telling me to shake my ass cheeks. Tell me to put it on you. You're touching me.
All right,
Stop
come on.
fucking
Let's get
touching
into
me.
it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Damn.
So, y'all ready? We gotta let
We
Jay-Z
keep it just
take
at
this.
home next
Here
one.
we go.
I'm good, baby. Shining.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all put your tie on. Wavy, hold my nuts.
Yo.
Wow.
Happening right
Yo, go ahead,
You
man.
ready?
Yeah,
All right.
just go ahead.
That's your
Go ahead.
man.
Do what you do, man.
What's going on?
That's your man.
Yo, go ahead, bro.
You give us a topic, bro.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Too many Steve Boston.
Nah, these shits is like water. All right, let's get into it. Was 90s basketball overhyped?
Define overhype. Like,
Was 90s basketball overrated?
Absolutely. The 90s basketball is referred to as the golden era of basketball. It's referred to as the greatest ever of basketball. It's referred to as the most physical era of basketball. And those are all lies. We all know that they did the most physical or the hardest era to play in was the early 2000s because that's when you were allowed to actually play defense. In the 90s, it wasn't like the early 2000s. In the 90s, you actually had to guard your man. You had to play man to man. In the early 2000s, you didn't have to do that. You was able to sag off. You didn't have to commit to a double team. In the
so
90s,
how is it harder?
because if you are an ISO player, like for example, Allen Iverson or Kobe Bryant or Tracy McGrady, let's just say or Vince Carter, if you only have to get past your man and then the help comes in later, you can beat the help to the basket, or you can at least try to get physical with the help at the basket. But now, if the help is just waiting at the basket, that's completely different. They were allowed to do that in the early 2000s. In the 90s, you couldn't do that. You had to either commit to the double team or stay with your man. You couldn't just linger. There was none of this, I'm waiting to paint and wait for him to come down to foul him. No, you had to commit to your man. Defend it. Nigga.
I wouldn't say it's overhyped. I think exactly
Overrated.
overrated. I think the 90s is exactly what it was. It was an era where there's a lot of physical basketball being played.
That's cap.
There was no physicality.
That's cap.
So you tell me there's no physicality.
It wasn't as
in the
physical
90s.
as you say, and this is what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Overhyped.
As I'm saying, I said, I said it was a physical. It was physical.
No, like for example, Chris Broussard said something today. Oh, when something about the Bucks Nets game,
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker, it
Reminded 90s
reminded him of the 90s basketball, where it's
Right,
like,
because that's what the era he grew up watching.
right, but 90s basketball wasn't physical.
So what was it?
Not physical. Not as physical as the early 2000s.
Why can't they both just be physical?
It was alright.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Overhyped. It was overhyped.
I feel like the people who say it's overhyped. I mean, the people who say it was the golden era is people who's old heads who was around in that time. Obviously, we didn't really see 90s basketballs like that.
Mhm.
So I think those are the people you're referring to. Like, I never said 90s was the golden era, all this, that. Like, I never said that.
So
but
what's the golden
that's
era?
I don't fucking consider shit as a golden era. Like, everybody's era is different. Like, everybody's era is better than their last era. So, like, I don't say, like, sit there and be like, oh, everybody in the 90s is better than everybody in the 2010s and 2020s and all that shit. No, because it's a different skill set. Players are obviously better. They're training more. They're not, like, lifting weights and just playing ball. Like, it's a different regimen. You take care of your body. So, obviously, the next generation of basketball is going to be better than the previous one. So, I don't sit there and think, oh, this is overhyped. I think it's exactly where it was at. It was a physical basketball era of the 90s, and that was it.
There was plenty of reasons why it's overhyped for the ones I already named, and then also it was the expansion era. The expansion era was a time where the NBA allowed more teams to come into the NBA. This diluted the talent of the NBA. They don't talk about that. They try to make it sound like it was the most physical, that you were getting clothesline every time you went to the basket. That was not
Did you
happening.
not? But why say that? Why say that's
No.
not happening?
No.
But then you could pull up 90s footage of niggas getting fucked up, beat
Pull it
up,
up,
but then,
all that
but
shit
then-
like
up.
that.
Hold on,
But, you
hold
don't,
on.
but you said it wasn't though, right? So if I
hold on, but you could also go into and see videos of it not even being physical at all, where they was just like letting, and then you
Right.
couldn't even help defense because it was illegal defense. They had illegal defense in them.
no, I understand that. But to sit there and say that the 90s wasn't physical at all, like that's a lie. Like
No, I said not as physical as they made it seem. Like I said, they make it sound like Jordan was going to the paint, and every time he was going to the paint, he was getting clothes on.
Yeah.
That was not happening. That's overhyped.
that's late.
That's a myth. That's overhyped.
So if
That's not what happened. I can show you
Just-
I can show you a film. I can show you tape where we can watch an entire Jordan game.
of one game,
15 out of the 16
Of one
fouls he
game.
got
of one game,
was pity pats.
of one game,
Of any game.
of
Any Jordan game.
So
Any
if I,
Jordan game.
so if I pull up
Any
Jordan
Jordan game,
footage,
I'll guarantee you pick the Jordan game right here live in front of the audience. You pick the Jordan game, and I guarantee you there
You
will
can
be
get
more
a
soft
penny
fouls.
back.
There will be more soft fouls than hard fouls. I
Okay.
guarantee you.
all right,
Want to put money on it?
I'm gonna put it. So you telling me
20.
every time Jordan got fouled with soft fouls, right? Oh, that's what you're saying.
Did
Okay,
he
no,
say
no,
every
no,
time?
that's what you said. That's what you say. That's what he's basically saying.
Whoa,
That's what you're saying.
But
He was
I
getting
said
soft
every
fouls.
more.
He was getting
Said-
soft
What I
fouls.
said
He said it'd be
was-
more.
What do you think you mean more? So you're gonna count every time you got fouled?
Yes,
That's what he
Nigga,
said.
you can't do that in a fucking game. You have to go. So you
You
telling me?
literally count
Tell me,
fouls in the game.
tell me. You telling me we're gonna go to every single game, Santé that he
No, he
played.
said one
I
game.
said you
one
pick
game.
any game. You pick a game.
One game. Pick one game.
But but you're basically saying one game counts for everything in the 90s,
No.
which is not true. So why am I picking one game?
So show
For
me.
what?
All right. So we can do it this way.
We'll go.
Show me one game where he had way more hard fouls, and more physical fouls, and more clotheslines, whatever the hell you want to call it, than soft fouls.
I don't understand. Like if you get fouled hard,
Alright,
you get
so-
fouled hard. Like I don't understand.
And
Like
what I'm saying was
Hey,
that
Sam
was
gave
an
me that.
anomaly. That was not the common foul. You make
I
it
was
seem,
even that.
you
no,
making
no,
it seem like what Jokic did to get ejected was a common foul in the 90s. That's not what happened.
I never
that's not
said
what
that.
happened.
I never said that.
That's what you're making it seem.
I know.
like.
I didn't make it seem. I didn't say that. I said he's gonna get
So-
tossed out.
So
He's gonna get ejected.
What do they say when they say it was more like it was physical? Like what does that mean?
The refs let you hand check. You can bump people. You can't do that
All right,
now. Again,
see-
that's exactly what people are
I'm
saying.
not
Did you know that
debating
hand
with
check?
you,
Did you
but
know that hand
I-
check was
I-
illegal in the 90s?
No,
Did you know that Jordan got called
But they
for hand
still
checking
did
in the 90s?
they still did.
No,
it.
he was not. They were not.
It wasn't. It wasn't. That shit is
It was
bullshit.
illegal.
So you telling me
It was
They
illegal.
called it.
answer the question. So nobody hand checked in the 90s.
It happened.
Answer. All right, that happened. All right, you're not doing that now.
You hand check now, you get called for foul, same as the 90s.
It's not the same thing, bro. I'm saying
All
you
right,
going to the rack.
so in the 90s,
Okay.
did they call hand check?
I don't even want to debate this. I'm not even a 90s person. I wasn't around that era. But I'm saying from the highlights and clips we've seen it was a physical brand of basketball. If you talk to players from the
Some
90s,
highlights.
listen. This is what I'm saying. How come when people from that era who played in that era talk about, yo, the game was physical back then, you could do this, that, that. So everybody's lying, right? Everybody's lying except for you. And you.
I think.
That's what you're
I
saying.
think
They're
no,
lying?
listen, I
All
think
them
that-
lying.
I think people that played in the 90s have to hype up their
So they're lying.
I think they have to hype up their era to make it seem like the better era. But
It was just a different
Wait,
era. I don't
wait.
think it's better. I think it's just different.
All right, but they want to make it seem like it was a better era. They played in the best era.
I
Correct?
think that's their era. Yes, it's like
That's-
everybody else
all right,
was gonna say
so
that.
like
Right,
you
I get
said,
that.
No,
hand
the
checking-
early 2000s ever don't say that. They don't even talk about it.
Yeah, they don't really like.
Because they remember
Oh,
people from 2000s. Go ahead.
Only person that Shaq is really the 90s, but
Yeah, he's
Chauncey,
Chauncey,
yeah, they don't really
Paul
talk.
Pierce,
Yes.
They don't
Jalen
talk,
Rose.
But like you said, hand checking, they called hand checking.
Okay.
It wasn't like you could hand check, you couldn't hand check.
But I'm not. No one's saying that it was a soft league in the 90s. You guys are saying that.
No,
No.
So what are you guys saying? You say it wasn't
was
physical.
was it overhyped?
I don't think it was overhyped, unhyped. I think it was just exactly.
And
what
what
it
I'm
was.
saying it is because when I was told about the 90s, when I was in the barbershops with the old heads, when I was talking with the people who watched 90s basketball, they were saying Jordan was getting fouled every time he went to the bathroom.
So basically, all of them
they
are
were
lying.
saying there was fights every night in the 90s. That was not the case.
So
That's
basically, you're
overhyped.
saying they're lying. All
I'm
of them are
saying
lying.
no. I'm not saying that they're lying.
So what do you-
saying.
they're not telling the truth?
I'm not saying Jordan never experienced a hard foul. What I'm saying was that the norm of the 90s? Absolutely not.
But
And
let me ask you this,
therefore,
though.
and
But
let me
how
get to
can
my
you say
conclusion.
that? Okay.
Let me get to my conclusion.
Okay.
And therefore, it's overhyped.
But how can you say that? But everybody else that you all is telling you something different.
What do you mean?
You just said the old heads literally told you that, yo, Jordan's getting fouled, a lot of physical brand of basketball, all this stuff. This is what the old heads are telling you, right? All these old heads are telling you. You saying it wasn't that. So basically, you saying all of them is basically either lying or not telling the whole truth.
Yes, they're overhyping it. That's the definition of overhyped. That's hyperbole. It's an ELA word. You a teacher?
That's crazy. I'm not a teacher, actually. Let's get straight. I'm not a teacher.
You work in a school. You work
I
with
work in a
kids.
school.
You help them. You
I
teach
help
them.
them. No, but I'm saying that. Why are you trying to define the overhyped to me? I'm not arguing
I
about
know you're
that.
not, though.
All right. No, I'm not arguing the definition of overhyped. You're basically calling them lies because they actually watched the
didn't say
game.
they
That's basically,
lied.
that's
I'm not
basically
saying they
saying
lied.
you telling somebody about this era, right? And the next generation after you says, no, that wasn't. That's a lie.
And I have the film to prove it.
So you
I
tell me.
have the film to
So you
prove it.
basically tell me.
I have the film to prove
Can I
it.
answer my?
Go
So
ahead.
you tell me the old heads don't have the film to prove it.
No, they don't.
All right.
They'll show you. They'll show you one highlight video.
But
But
then
the
you just-
most explosive moments in the 90s. I can show you.
But you just told me a game. You said pick one game, and
That's
then
because any game you picked in the 90s will show that
But
it
let
was
me
not
ask you
like
this though:
that.
how come when they bring up the videos and the hype videos and all this other stuff, the physical brand of basketball, you be like, oh no, that's just a highlight.
Because they
But
can't,
you
pick
just
any,
said-
they can't pick any game and show me that it was physical.
it's part of the whole era though. If I'm showing you how the thing that's going on in that era. What is that showing?
Basically, highlights is like when you do a highlight tape, you're gonna show the best. Like if you put top 10 hard fouls in the 90s, they're gonna show the best hard foul. But if you pick a game, you can nitpick and see if they got
Right,
fouls.
but I'm saying the
or-
highlight thing is a part of that 90s era. Everything that happened in that basketball is part of that era, right? Just like if I show you the top 10 of the 2000s of people getting in fights, I guarantee it looks different than the 90s. Like it's the same thing.
You lost me.
I'm basically saying you're saying a highlight thing, right? A highlight video, all right, of complication of people getting fouled hard in the 90s, right? Doesn't explain the physicality of the 90s, but you can go to one specific game and say, oh, this person didn't get
No,
fouled.
I said you can go to any game. Any game. You can be one
Isn't
game,
that
it can
part-
be 30 games. Any game in the 90s you want to go to, it will not be what the highlight videos are showing you. That's
So what are the
whole-
highlights then? Aren't the highlights a part of the game that you're explaining?
That's the anomaly. Those are
How's
the
that not even on the
anomalies.
tape? It's the highlights.
Because that happens
All right,
less than
so,
more than
so
So
like,
you see
look,
a 10-minute
so
complication
let me use
car
hold on,
fouls in the
let me use it
90s.
for
What is
example.
that?
I don't want to get away from the 90s, but I want to use an example, Rose. So
You
you
tried to bring LeBron into this.
no, I'm not.
No, I hope not. I was
I'm
gonna
not.
go off.
So you watch Durant and the Bucks game, right? You watch that game.
I missed the full game.
All right. So if you watch the highlights, you're gonna see Durant scoring, but you're not gonna know that didn't score in the fourth quarter, correct?
Correct.
All right. So that's what they do in the 90s. They crop it up, they put highlights, and show you like, yo, this is what happened in the 90s. To
Right,
make you believe
but-
it.
They
But
do
if you
that in
watch-
every era though, so they do that every time.
But you make it seem like that's a lie though. You're saying like that highlights is not true. Those highlights are things that
what I'm
happen in
saying
the
is
course
that's
of the
not the
game.
norm.
But I'm not arguing that that's
They're
the
making
norm.
it sound. When I'm saying,
Okay,
I'm
so
not
we're arguing
saying
about the
you.
norm.
I'm
Okay.
not saying you.
Okay.
So
I'm
that
saying
the
people
question
who
was
talk
overrated.
about the 90s say that what happens in those highlight tapes is the norm.
that happened in the game.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is that's not true because if you can go to any basketball game, you'll see in the 90s that it was not like the highlights every night, every play.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
That's
there.
what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying.
not every night.
So
but I
it's
get it.
That's,
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
So do you think it's overhyped?
No. Again, it's not my point. I don't argue that's the norm though. That's my thing. I don't argue that's the norm. I'm saying it was a physical brand of basketball in the 90s. I didn't say that happened every single game, every single play, every single night. No, but around the era of the 90s, you could look at different games, physicality of people getting pushed in the air and all this other stuff. Like that was part of that era. Like I don't think it was the physical brand of basketball. Like why is that so hard to believe?
Because you said it was physical because they were allowed to hand check and hand checking wasn't legal.
So just because it wasn't legal doesn't mean you still wasn't doing it. You can't do nothing illegal. Is what you're saying? Like that's what I'm asking. You saying like I can't like I don't
You
understand
can
your
hand check
question.
now.
No, you can't.
Why not?
And they're gonna call foul like you said.
That's
That's what happened. But you made it seem like but you said like they didn't do it. Why?
They did.
Why?
Because they called it. It was a foul. You can't take it
But
a
did
foul.
they do it though?
Huh?
Did they do it?
That's in the
So
90s.
what are you
They got
talking
called
about?
Because they got called for it.
Just well, I don't understand your argument for
Bro,
what?
the whole point was you said the 90s was physical because you can hand check. When you
You
hand
said
check,
they can't
you get
do it.
called for a
Oh, hold
foul.
on. You said they can't do it because it's illegal, right? But they still did it anyway, right? They still did it anyway, right?
They got called
I
for a
don't, they get
foul.
called, but they
You
still
said
did it.
they did it. You said
They did. You just said they
You
did.
said hand check it was allowed because
Oh
you,
my
said,
God.
you said the 90s was physical because they let
You
hand
said
check
hand check was illegal,
Hold on, time out. No, it's illegal.
but they still did it.
And they got called foul.
But they still did it, right?
They
They still did it.
They hand
Chris,
check
they
now.
did it.
But they hand check
But
now.
they did it
All
though.
right, they hand check now. And what
Oh,
happened? They get called for a foul. Same as the 90s.
I'm not arguing about the
Your
foul.
argument was it was more physical because they got the hand check. Right or
That
wrong?
wasn't the only argument though, Chris. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
you say
literally
that?
said that.
I said that's not the only argument.
why-
That's not the only
so why was it
argument.
physical in the 90s?
Would
Why
you
the
not-
fuck was it physical
Oh,
in the 90s?
were you not getting pushed in the air, beat up when you get
when
down
you got
there?
pushed in the air,
I'm
what
asking
happened?
you.
When you got pushed in the air, what
That's
happened?
physical, nigga. What are you
Hold on.
talking about?
When
That's
you got-
physical.
when you got pushed in the-
physical.
Can you answer my
Is that
question?
physical? Yes or no? Is
Yes,
that
it's
physical?
physical.
All right, so what are you talking
When you got
about?
pushed in the air, what happened?
You called it a part of
All right,
basketball.
and
That
then-
part of
and then
basketball.
what happens
That's
now
a
when you get
physical
pushed in
brand of
the air?
basketball.
What happens now when you get pushed in the air?
Oh my
What happens?
gosh, man.
JT, can you answer my question?
No,
They're
he got
saying,
an
no,
answer. He's
no
on the
one's
hot seat.
saying they're saying the 90s is a more physical brand of basketball than right now. No one's saying it's not physical at all. That's what you're trying to say. You're just they're both doing the same thing.
90s was physical.
More
because it's hands-
physical.
All right, so
That's the only thing
it was
I'm.
more physical.
I'm debating you, right? I'm debating you, right? I'm done.
No,
I'm talking to you.
it was more
I'm talking to you.
physical.
That's right. What's
I
my
was waiting
question?
for you to come
I'm
back to
asking
that.
You're right. My
I'm asking a question.
My bad.
All right, I'm asking a question.
We'll wait for the smash it to go. Do that shit next.
No,
week.
I'm asking a question. I get
Again,
to ask the
what's
fucking
next?
question.
What's the next?
So listen, I feel
The
like
fuck?
everybody eat a cookie.
No,
Everybody eat a cookie.
No, I'm asking a question.
Take a puff of the
What's
hookah.
what's
What's the
Relax.
Did you-
Relax.
I'm gonna red.
Papa, relax.
brother.
I'm asking a question.
Let's ask the question.
Can I ask the question?
Yo, tomato is crazy.
Listen, so
No,
you,
guys,
so
crazy.
did you
Yo,
say
bro,
the
we having a
90s was
conversation.
more
I don't know what
physical?
we're talking about this.
I'm trying to figure
I'm
out what's the
asking a
topic.
question, bro.
Alright, we can
Guys,
move. Want to move on to the next
We
one?
gotta move on. This guy's
Bro,
crazy.
I'm asking Ernie a
Red.
question.
Alright.
You said, hold up. So Ernie, I want to ask you a question.
Oh my God.
Why was the 90s more physical?
Oh my gosh. We just went through this
I
topic.
asked the question.
Yo, so you can turn red and get mad.
No,
we're
because I
done.
want to know your
We're
answer.
done. Yo,
I wanna know
the
your
question,
answer.
listen, the question wasn't over hype.
You
I
know what's
said no.
crazy? You made
I said
them,
no.
you made them
Relax.
team up on that just now. They don't even want to argue with each other no more.
It's good. It's okay. You think it was overrated? I think it was rated exactly what it is.
This is crazy, bro.
He
I
loves
wanna go
arguing.
over what
He
you
hates
said.
90s basketball so bad.
It's
that he was
overrated.
like, okay, all right. You think
And I
it's
wanted to know
overrated.
why you
Why
said
you
it
want
was
to
more
convince me as
physical.
overrated? If you think it's
Because
overrated,
you don't,
that's cool.
because you go
I
off
think
of
it's
what people tell you.
no. I'm thinking it's rated exactly what it is.
Yo, bro,
The
you
era
want
of
the
basketball. That was
That
was it.
You give him some candy.
I
Get him a
was
hookah.
it.
That was it.
Get a candy.
Get him a
Good,
hookah.
brother.
Nah,
Listen.
get him a candy. Give him
I'm
a
gonna let
candy.
you have the beat.
Yeah, you getting excited, man. I'm excited.
Like him in the barbershop.
No, because
So take it
and that's
to
what's
hoodie.
supposed to be. It's supposed to be barbershop talk.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
You need to
barbershop
get
talk.
barber chairs. Can we get barber chairs?
But
I'm
Still,
I feel like
Still.
if you answer a question, you gotta back up it. Don't you have to back it up? Don't you have to back it up?
what I
If you
said,
said-
you don't like.
You said 90s basketball was more physical because they hand check.
But no, you always keep saying that. Why you keep saying that's the
You
only
said-
thing I said? I said that. Yes, that's not the
Alright.
only thing I said. Stop.
So
Stop pointing on that point.
So hard
Stop,
fouls.
stop
right?
harping on that
So
point.
90s they fouled hard.
Yeah, they fell hard. You got pushed in the air and all
And
this
then
other
what
stuff.
happened
Right.
after they fouled hard? It's a foul.
Okay. And what's
Same
your
as
point?
now.
Okay, say foul. And like I don't understand your point. Yes, you get fouled. Yeah, you get called foul. Like no one said you didn't get foul called. Anyway, I'm talking to you.
I've been waiting for you to come back.
I've
to the
been back.
desk.
I've been trying to.
Yeah, but you keep playing double dutch, going back and forth. Either you gonna debate me or he can take the seat. You can debate
All right,
him.
we're good. We're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the next question?
What's the next question?
Was what skill set was better, 80s and 90s versus 2000s, 2010s?
We're gonna do this again.
Skill set. I mean, I think we
Yeah,
both.
yeah,
I think we
yeah.
both agree with that. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's the same. Yeah, we agree with that.
It's
Yeah,
not-
no debate.
Next question. All right, top 5 players of all time in order and explain why.
You go first.
top 5 players in order and explain why. I'm gonna go GOAT. Kang. Number 23. The
Jordan?
best to ever do it.
Oh.
To win a championship with every franchise he's ever played with. Come on. He's won everywhere he's been. He's even won a franchise for the franchise that hated him the most. He's done that. The GOAT, the creme de la creme. LeBron James.
Okay, who's your 2, 3, 4, 5?
Number 2, I'm gonna go with a phenomenal basketball player, somebody who revolutionized the game, who was unstoppable.
Who is it?
Unstoppable.
We went. I didn't say
I was
nothing.
just watching you compute the things that you.
No,
was-
I'm listening to what you're saying.
Oh, okay,
I'm listening to what you're saying.
He had an unstoppable move. The skyhook, the greatest scorer of all time. I'm gonna go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Second.
Second.
Okay.
My third, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. My fourth, I'm gonna go with the silent assassin. I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan. That's my fourth. And number five, I'm gonna go. I feel like I forget somebody.
I'm feeling the same way.
But I'm gonna go Shaq. I'm gonna go Shaq with my top 5.
Okay.
You can go after this.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna try this.
See, he's gonna say that and then not give a 5. Why say that if you're not gonna give a
I'm
5?
about to say that.
Yeah, sure, right?
What? You just gave an opinion.
You give a opinion? I'm gonna let Aaron. I'm gonna
Go
let
ahead.
Aaron do it.
All right,
Yo,
What's your top
I'm gonna
five?
go Jordan 1. I'm gonna go. Yeah, everything was.
You been think about what day you
Kareem 2. Kobe 3. LeBron 4.
Man with 1 MVP in his team.
Shit was hard. Magic probably 5.
Oh, that's what I forgot.
Probably Magic 5.
Tim Duncan's not top 5.
No,
Top
no,
10?
Tim Duncan's top 5.
He's top 10. He's top 10. It's all right. Top 10 players ever. Is
So you got Jordan. Who you said second?
Jordan,
Kareem,
probably Kareem,
Kobe, Bron,
Bron,
and Magic.
and probably Magic. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of guards, man.
I feel like Tim Duncan doesn't get the respect that he deserves, primarily because if he was an outspoken superstar, I think he would have gotten a lot more respect. But I think because he wasn't outspoken, because the Spurs was a dynasty that we never give credit to as one of the greatest dynasties in American team sports, led by Tim Duncan, I think he gets a bad rap. But I think when you go stat for stat, when you go accolade for accolade, Tim Duncan is right there with the best.
You're right, but then at the end it's like picking hairs. It really just because all these players are great. Do you say you think he gets overlooked?
I think he gets overlooked all the time.
Now, do you think overlooked as far as being in the top 5? Because I think everybody has him on their top 10. I haven't met nobody who said Tim Duncan's not on their top 10 all time list. So you think he's just on the top 5?
I think it's top 5.
Okay.
I think he has a strong case for being top 5.
Okay.
That Spurs dynasty was winning 50 games a year.
No, I get it. Yeah, no,
nobody understands how. That's the crazy part. They won 50 games
It's crazy.
a year, led by him. I think they only missed the play. I don't think they ever missed the play.
No, they missed I think recently like 1 year.
I think that last year, but I don't think Tim Duncan was on the team when they didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah,
After he retired.
Yeah, it's probably like it's one of these.
So he had one of the most
Oh yeah,
excellent
case. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
stretches of excellence that we've ever seen in basketball.
Greatest power forward ever.
Greatest power forward ever, top
I
5,
agree. Yeah,
5-time champion.
I got you
I mean, so I think you got to put some respect on his name. One of the best
Timmy.
defensive bigs to ever play the game.
for sure.
So I think Tim Duncan deserves to be in the top 5. I want to hear your reason for why Kobe's top 5.
Why not?
I want to hear your
mean,
reason.
I just
He said
feel-
why. I said why Tim Duncan's. That was really where we disagreed with was Tim Duncan and
And
Kobe
Magic.
Bryant. Oh, yeah.
That's the Magic game. Forgot the 5th is switch out.
Okay.
I put Kobe, man. I think 5 rings, man. What he's done for this game, transitional player, 20 years. I think he's revolutionized and maybe not the game, but I think he's probably the closest thing we've seen to Mike Jordan since obviously Jordan. He didn't. People argue Kobe's better than Jordan. I mean, a lot of people think Jordan's the GOAT, right? And a lot of people think Kobe's better. So I think he definitely is for what the market left on this game. Defensive player, winning, injuries. Say he couldn't do it without Shaq, being a superstar, all the hype around him and stuff like that. I think he's definitely proven to at least be worthy of being in the top 5 all-time list. He has rings. He has scoring titles. He had maybe one MVP. You could knock that against him. Finals MVP, but
I don't really know
defensive,
what against him.
defensive, underrated defender. Definitely been on that defensive
Definitely
team
underrated.
nine time All-Star. Now, I mean, you talk about off-the-court stuff and everything like that, but other than that, man, I think it's hard to not put him in the least. I mean, granted, he's anybody's top 10, but top 5, he's definitely has an argument. He has a case.
The hardest thing about Kobe's career to me is that he literally had 2 careers in one: the 8 and the 24. And I feel like the 8, he was the Robin to Shaq's Batman.
Okay.
And you can make the argument that's where he was his most successful.
Okay.
During those years, during that 3-peat. Now, when he was 24, he was still a phenomenal player. But if you look at what he did at 24,
He did it.
he did a lot.
A lot.
And most of it is most of the reason why he didn't do more was because of the robbery with the Chris Paul trade, and he was playing for a sorry franchise at the time.
Yeah,
So I do factor that in.
Right.
But at the same time, Tim Duncan's in that same league,
You're right.
and Tim Duncan was the face of his franchise, winning games,
Kobe too.
all-star appearances. So I'm talking about top 1-2 seed in the West, like
Right.
throughout his career. That's an amazing feat.
And they both got 5.
They both got 5, but
And it's also the road to get there. Like, remember, Kobe won back-to-back
he did.
to the chip. I mean, he beat Boston, which is a big. I think it's more sweeter when you beat their arch nemesis, who also was rivaling with that Lakers, Boston. And then you go and beat who they beat, the Magic.
They beat the Magic.
They beat the
first
Magic. Yeah, so you going back-to-back to the finals is hard. I give LeBron credit going 8 straight, whatever finals. No one's never gonna probably do it again. So I think for him to do that, going back-to-back, and then winning one out of Let me ask you this: do you think if he'd have won 6, does he get top 3? Who? Kobe.
Kobe.
Does he get in your top 3?
If Kobe would have won 6, you kind of have to put him up there because he would have surpassed Duncan. He would have surpassed Magic. Like you just got more rings than most of the competition.
Hold on.
Are you gonna debate or are you gonna just say something?
Then y'all say, but then y'all say rings don't matter. Wait. Am I bugging? I'm not gonna say
I don't
nothing.
think, I don't think people say
Yeah, I
rings.
know.
No,
No,
rings
you
matter.
say that.
Hold on, rings matter, but it's not the whole conversation. Like you gotta,
It's not-
you gotta
it's
tally
not- it's
everything.
not- you have
But
more
just
rings
said
than
the
therefore
whole-
you're
the
better.
whole way you just said.
But
if
then
you won another
listen,
ring.
listen. You
wouldn't
can't do
change
ifs. He
the-
won 5. You can't do ifs.
I know, but they just
Won
did it.
5.
They just did it.
He
If
won
Dick.
5. He won 5. He won 5.
He
You
just
can't do
said
ifs.
if he would have won
You
6,
can't do ifs.
would he won in the
He
top
do
3?
ifs.
He said yes, right?
He know he made a
Yes.
mistake. He know he made a mistake.
Thank
No,
you.
You know,
I'm
but-
going
but-
off what
but-
he said.
hypothetical.
But we're talking
we're talking about
what he said
You're right.
and what y'all say.
Yeah, this is
Rings don't matter. So why
Who
would
said
Who said
that?
rings don't matter?
you?
Did I ever say rings don't matter? I said it's not the whole thing.
Did he ever
Hold on,
say
when
it?
did I say rings matter? Don't matter.
Did he ever say
Listen,
it?
Show proof.
Did he
Show
ever say it?
proof.
I'm asking
Did I ever
you.
say rings
Did he
don't
ever say
matter?
We can go through
There's
this.
a lot of times we have arguments.
I never said rings do not matter. I said that's not the whole
But
argument.
when we bring up the conversation about a ring, you kind of downplay it as far as like, hey, yo, it doesn't matter.
No, it's not the whole tally. No, it's
Am I
not.
bugging?
No, it's not. It's
He
not the
said
whole. I never said rings don't matter.
No,
I think you
matter.
gotta downplay it. Just
If
a
rings
little
matter,
bit.
Bill Russell's number 1.
No, but it's, like you said, not
So
just
you
about
just say
rings.
rings don't matter.
No, I said if rings did matter,
So you're saying
rings
at the end of
matter,
the
but
day-
it's not the whole thing,
Anyway, yo,
Cartel, man.
what's the
bro.
cartel?
Did you ever, Ernie, answer the question? Did you ever hear me say rings do not matter at all?
Yes.
This time you definitely downplay
When?
it. This
Now,
time-
did he ever say it
Downplay.
doesn't matter?
Just say it, Ernie.
Depending on the
Not to
argument,
clarify.
yes, depending on the
Just say it.
I use the
When?
context. Depending on the argument,
Bro.
he will bring up rings don't matter.
Thank you.
You gotta figure-
What
depending on
argument
the
I said
argument.
that? Show
depending on the
proof I
argument.
said
The
that.
only reason why I'm asking is because in the chat and in person,
You
niggas
talk-
say rings don't matter. He brought
Who
up a
said
con-
rings don't
Let me go to
matter?
the chat. What did you
I
talk about
never
the
said
camera?
Put the
rings do
camera on
not
me. Put the camera on
matter.
me. You did.
No, I did
Right
not.
now.
How does rings do not matter?
Listen,
Bill Russell, if rings, all right, if rings didn't
So we didn't say
matter,
that's not the only factor. He says it's not the only
exactly.
factor. But you
does
downplay
he
it.
say rings
No, I
does
do
not
not
matter?
downplay it. I do not downplay
Somebody
it.
call Zay, please.
I do not say rings don't matter. I say that's not
I
the
don't
whole
see it
thing.
in any of the chats.
That's what I'm saying. I don't say it doesn't matter. I just be like, that's not the whole thing. Stats matter, rings matter, regular season matters, playoffs matter. Everything matters, not only rings.
Black Lives Matter, man. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Wow.
Camera can't even see you, bro.
Nah, I gotta do it again. You good?
Oh, that's fire.
Yo, listen. Listen.
PC. I'm sorry about that.
He fucked up
Yeah,
on it saying
definitely.
it.
Let me know. I need it.
Yes, and he knows that.
He
knows
fucked
that.
up saying
Yeah,
it.
he fucked
He
up.
knows
But since
All
we
right,
talked
you
about
admit it. You admit it.
Okay.
You fucked up
All right.
saying ifs. So
All right,
let's
we
get
don't-
back to
we
the
don't
top
do ifs.
five.
Okay. Like the,
Got you.
But that's fools.
It's not.
all right.
It's 100%
Again,
not.
my question. Oh yeah. So
I
we
thought somebody was gonna call.
we gotta do
Zach.
Fs. We gotta do Fs. It's okay.
Bro, close it.
What's the next? What's the next?
All right, well, go ahead. Continue the
Yeah, what's the
conversation.
next topic?
For the Knicks. What are the next steps for the New York game?
Train him to the New York Nets.
Don't do that shit.
I'm out. Yo, bro. You about to be
Put him
you
on
live,
speaker.
I am. You live on the show right now.
Yo, Zay, did I ever
Yo,
say
yo, yo.
Can I talk? Yo, Zay, when these niggas be arguing, right? Does this nigga say or not say rings do not matter? Chris, I'm talking about Chris.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Bro, I never said that. I said
Yeah,
everything
man.
matters.
That's fair.
Like
Bro,
what? How
he
does rings
said-
not matter?
When you bring
How
up
rings
rings,
do
and
not
then he goes,
matter?
oh, he got more, he got 5, and oh, he got 4. He says it doesn't matter, right?
So that's not-
Well, what the fuck we calling you for? Bob?
Bro, 'cause I never said you never had that
Yes,
on my
we
mouth.
have.
I never said
We
that.
heard it.
I never said that.
Ernie,
Yo.
I never.
Ernie,
I
am I lying?
never said
Am I
rings do
lying,
not
Ernie?
matter. Yes, you're lying, bro.
Yo,
I've never lied
I
to him.
never said rings don't matter.
What do you
How
think?
does it
You-
rings
have you
don't
heard it?
matter?
I've
Ernie,
never heard. Him
I've
say
heard.
and
I'm
that.
just
I've heard him
saying.
say rings aren't the
saying.
whole story. I know my take is always
I've
been
seen a lot in the
Rings,
I've seen
A lot,
a
a
lot,
lot of chat.
and I've read a lot, and I've heard a lot. When their voice notes is on the line,
Bro,
it's not there.
It's
I
people
was-
with
I was
more
saying-
rings than the top 5, and how I don't have none of them in the top 5. Why Bill Russell in my top 5? The fuck? You want me to put my top 5?
Yeah, do you think?
LeBron.
Wait, can you save
Bro,
it for y'all?
What?
Y'all one-on-one. Y'all going one-on-one next week. Y'all save it for that? Your
You
top
save
five?
it. You save it next week.
Yeah, save it for next week. Save
I'm
it
gonna
for
smoke him though, because he don't like basketball.
next-
He's gonna say Kobe's number 1.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck.
So but nah, I think the top 5 is always gonna
Bro, I
be
knew
an
this was
interesting.
gonna
It's gonna always be an interesting debate. It's gonna always be a great debate for
Yeah.
for the fellas and the women that enjoy watching.
Also
sports
for the
and
eras
basketball.
too, like
For the eras as well.
like the next 10 years, like someone's gonna have a different Donovan Mitchell or Kevin Durant, all these other the young, you know what I mean? They just, you know what I mean, the next generation up. So it always happens depending on who you ask generation. But for the Knicks, man, I feel like
you a question real quick, Ross? I'm sorry to cut you.
go ahead, man.
Can I ask you a question? I'm sorry, I apologize.
Bro, I ain't
Accept my apology.
bro, we good, bro.
Alright,
Come on.
So let's flash back to Friday. We was in a bar. You said Kevin Durant was better than LeBron. Why isn't Kevin Durant in your top 5?
Because Kevin Durant has not.
I just want to ask a question.
Can I answer? Could you relax?
I didn't say that. You just started.
When we had this conversation last, I said Kevin Durant has not finished playing basketball yet.
So
right?
hasn't LeBron.
I cannot.
All right. Yeah.
Now you know how I
So
feel.
I said, you're right. Yeah. So I said, once Kevin Durant's career is over, then I will assess. That's what I right now. This is right now. So just right now. Right now. I understand LeBron's still playing. Yes, he has like 2-3 more years. Yeah, so he's legacy already cemented. Kevin Durant's legacy is not finished yet. So you think Kevin Durant's legacy is finished?
LeBron's didn't either.
But he just said it, that he got.
Right.
He's trying to say. He's basically trying to say that.
But how we know that Kevin Durant can play 2 or 3 more years?
You're right. But he's trying to say as the trajectory goes on,
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's gonna play a little bit more time than.
Yeah,
How do we
LeBron.
know?
Again.
We don't.
I'm
That's
saying,
a fair
how do
question.
No, we don't know. But we're saying if everything's healthy, everybody's healthy, we don't know, obviously. But we're saying we all know Kevin Durant's gonna play.
So when you
one
do
of
your
those
top 5, you got LeBron in your top 5. He's still playing.
yes, but LeBron's at the tail end of his career. Kevin Durant's not. I don't believe he's at the tail end of his career. LeBron has like literally probably like 2 more years left, maybe 3 of that. I think he's done with championships. That's my opinion. This is my opinion. It's my opinion. I feel like he's done with championships. I think his legacy's already.
We're gonna win next year.
All right. Okay. Whatever. Now I feel
We
like
can put a bet right now for next year.
okay, we do.
Let him finish. Let him
Right.
finish.
I just feel that LeBron's legacy is already cemented, set. I think Kevin Durant still has more to prove. He can still move,
I think,
win
like,
more.
I think LeBron's legacy is like you said, it's cemented.
Yeah.
I think it's still like wet where you could go and write stuff on it. You know
But
what
my
I
thing
mean?
is like this though. If you think he's the greatest player, then like, what else do he has left to prove, right? Like, what like to you, like what does he has left to prove? You think he's number one for everybody? Then, like, what else does he need to more accomplish to him to prove that?
You just gotta just keep playing,
But I
break
think
more records.
also
Can I ask a
Break more
question real quick?
records. Why not?
What happens, right? Because your biggest argument between the LeBron and Jordan is his last 2 years in with like when you're
No, I
playing
said
with.
everything matters.
No, I know, but when you say when you talk about his last
Let's bring the
couple of
Washington
years,
years, the
right?
last
He
few
was
years,
Boston
yes.
that years. He was old. He was playing. He was just playing ball to have fun, right?
Ownership.
I want to know what happens when LeBron gets traded back to Cleveland and for the last year, he's like, I just want to play at home for my last 2 years, and then he has 2 bum ass seasons.
It matters.
I want to know if you're going to be continuously with this bullshit.
matters.
you're
You wanna
talking
let
That's
about.
why-
we're
that's why
doing
you-
hypotheticals again.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna ignore this.
Oh,
Yeah.
but okay.
Because we don't know if he what if next year he wins the. I don't want
I'm
to
not
say this, but
No,
he
but
could
I'm
win.
gonna say
He
if, 'cause
could
we are
win.
gonna win
He
another
could
one.
win the
But
chip
I'm a
next
Lakers.
year,
I'm a Lakers.
and that just adds his like it's added to your
But
legacy. That's all it is.
I'm asking about the bullshit years when he just wants to play basketball. And, he
And what
does
about the
horrible.
years before he won?
So
That
what about the
matters
years
too.
before Jordan won? Like before he was bullshit. Like you give these 2 bullshit ass fucking.
All right, so
With perspectives.
no, I
This
say
debate
one
next week is gonna
season
be
one.
crazy. It's gonna be a real good debate next
How?
week.
Well,
I
one
can't-
season
no,
one
wait,
to
I
15
can't tell.
matters.
It's a preview next week. Preview next week.
Season
He
one
gives
to 15
bullshit.
matters.
He gives bullshit.
How?
stats.
So yo, preview
How
next
long have you been
week.
feeling this way?
I've been feeling this way every time he
So what?
Yeah. That is strong. You need this. Diversity matters.
If you talk basketball, you can't do
Diversity
hands.
matters, baby.
You can't do hands. He won the chip last year.
Shout out to my
Look,
Puerto
look,
Ricans,
look,
Dominicans,
look,
Mexicans,
look,
Spanish.
look, That's what the GOAT does. 18 season. Which one was doing 18 season? He didn't play. It was retirement.
Next question. So why? Let me ask you this though. Why isn't Kareem here number one?
Why is it Kareem?
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't the best player on his team for a certain point. Magic was. So that's why he's not number one. He's number 3. He's number 3 on my list. I got Jordan second, LeBron first.
I feel like that's hard to do that with big men though, because especially in that era, like big men needed point guards to be successful throughout his entire career.
He
didn't
Oscar,
win.
He had Oscar Robertson, and he had
Oscar and he had Magic. And in that era, you needed the
different
guards to bring the ball down,
and give it to you.
throw it down to you,
Was
dump it
ran
down
through a
to you.
big
in the
man.
post.
Yeah.
I think-
Yeah, if you didn't have a valid guard, you
I
couldn't
think
be a great
2000s was like that too, though.
to
Yeah.
an
Early
extent.
2000s, early
Yeah.
2000s.
So I threw the ball in the post and let.
Yeah, you
Good
could. Yeah,
idea.
you could say that.
It was.
You needed a guard.
Mhm.
Needed a guard.
And I think that's why Kobe wasn't in my top 5.
Why
My
not?
top 5 because I feel like I agree with you. His first 10 years, he had Shaq as the best player on his team, best player in the franchise, and that's what he had to help win. He wasn't the best player on his team for
But he helped them. He was definitely
He
every.
was Robin.
I understand. Okay.
He was 1B.
Yeah, it's just.
Robin.
But when Shaq got in foul trouble,
Scotty was 1B.
when Shaq got
Scotty couldn't
in,
do it by himself. Kobe
Yeah.
could have, which he did.
Kobe was still in his prime though.
He
But
did
Scotty
it by
left the
himself.
ball. But Scotty left the
Did
ball.
he-
He wasn't in his
did he-
prime.
nah, he played at
That's
least
not
6
fair.
years.
That's not fair.
What is your
Did
problem?
he
Can
do
you
it?
play like
Yeah.
Scotty was like a year 15.
How
So he
long
left the
he? How
ball.
That's what I'm
long?
saying.
No.
He
We
was
left the
year
ball
15.
How many years he played in the league?
Uh,
He didn't play no 20, 15 plus years.
I think he played like.
He played like the
You know,
Rockets.
lie.
He played with the
He
Rockets.
went
and he
to
played
the
with,
Rockets.
Yeah, but he went to the Rockets before the Blazers.
and
He was
with
in
the
his
Blazers.
30s when he left.
Huh?
He was in his 30s
Yeah,
when he left.
He was
When he left the Bulls.
He was
Yes.
on Houston. Yeah, he was on
He was
Houston.
in Houston?
He was on Houston. Then he went to the Blazers,
He went to the Blazers.
and that's when they wanted him to be the man. He had Rashid and all of them.
And he didn't win.
He was, yeah.
But they didn't win without each other. You're right, though. So, but anyway, back to the Knicks, man.
Yo, y'all been sleeping on
I'm
it.
telling you like that.
Y'all been sleeping on it. Let me see. When he left Chicago, he was 33 years old. That's past his prime, bro.
But he was in
No, I
Chicago
didn't know
without
that.
Jordan too.
No, but what I'm saying is when Kobe left, when Kobe was the face of the franchise, he was still in his prime. They was a
When
they
did he
had
leave?
who?
When did Shaq
Shaq
level
left?
06, right?
Shaq left 06. They won the chip in what? 2012
No,
with the Magic.
He won in 09, 09, 010. He went back.
So he won in 09. So look up. They was able to build a franchise around him. That's what I'm
3
saying.
years.
Scotty never had the opportunity. He
Was
left.
Kobe still in
He
his
went
prime
from
in
team to
09?
team.
Hell
He wasn't in his
yeah.
prime in 09.
I think that was his 9th season or 10th season.
What?
No, he went in the league. He came in what, 96.
Came in like 96, yeah.
It's like a 13, 14 year in the league. That was
Kobe
Kobe
Bryant
prime?
was 24. He was in his prime, bro.
Yeah, he was.
No,
No.
no, do that.
What year 2009, 2010? What season was that? It was like his 12, 13
All right,
year, right?
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Who is
Right.
That
So
was,
he was
30. He was 30.
let me ask you something. So
30.
who is the best player in the league? Because that's what the argument was.
Kobe.
No. And
You talking about the 3-3?
Kobe.
It's debatable, man. Cause look, to be out, yo,
Kobe.
it's
What?
debatable.
Kobe was better than Shaq?
Yes.
Based on what?
But when Shaq fouled out, didn't Kobe take over as the man?
Based on a foul out? That's what made Kobe better?
No,
He was a big role. He was
You made
Bigger than Shaq?
They both played about the same amount of
both
roles.
played the same-
So you basically saying
All right. So now when we talk about Scotty and Jordan, I don't want to hear it.
Is that the same thing, though?
It is the same thing.
why?
Scotty did everything Jordan did not do. He guarded the best player every night. He was a better passer and better rebounder.
He's a better pass. Like I don't understand. How is he a better passer? It doesn't even matter.
He's a better
He's
He's a better passer.
How much assists he average?
He averaged. Listen.
Go on. Good. Jordan had what? 37-7, right? For his career.
Out of 6 finals, Scotty led every category except scoring.
I
Okay.
think so.
So that means he's better than
Everything
Jordan.
Jordan didn't have to do.
No, I
Yeah,
think
that's something
better than
Jordan didn't have to do.
He's saying that's
All Jordan had to do was
But you wouldn't argue Jordan. Pippen's ever better than Jordan.
No.
Right. But with Shaq and
You saying
Kobe.
Kobe was
Same
better
thing
than-
as Kobe
you saying
and
Kobe was
Shaq.
better than
No,
Shaq?
I said it's
Nobody
I
was
said-
would
I
ever
said
say that
it's-
Kobe was better
I
than
said
Shaq.
it's debatable. That's why I said it's debatable. You make it sound like it's a crime. I say, oh, the nigga said
Yes, it is.
Why?
Because Kobe was not better than Shaq.
Why?
You look at the numbers.
Why?
Because points, rebound, whatever you want to look at.
Shaq was really averaging like
Shaq
30
was the
and
focal
15.
point of the
How much
LA
Kobe averaged?
Lakers.
What?
Probably
Like
like 20
28 and what?
No, he did not average 28. Don't do that.
I'm asking
Don't do
you.
that.
How much? Just say it.
Bro, what
How
year
much
was
he
the
average?
first trip?
His first year, he averaged 7.
We're not talking about the first year. We're talking about
We're gonna go down the list.
We're talking about the three.
7, 15, 19, 22, 28, 25, 30.
Okay.
And what year did he leave, you said?
He left. No, Shaq left.
What
Shaq
year
left to go
Shaq
to the
left?
Heat. What? 05,
They
06?
played the Pacers.
Yeah, they played the in the finals, right?
Shaq averaged 38 and 17.
Okay.
And
Nigga, that's Batman. What are you talking about? And.
he's Batman, nigga. Fuck
All
out
right, so we're not even talking sports. anymore. That's crazy.
What do you feel?
There's no way I even think about Kobe being better than Shaq.
That is
bro.
great.
There's
Like
no
that's
way.
that's insane. That's insane.
He could have been one. You could have said he was 1B.
There's nothing wrong with being a Robin. He was a
Not a
Robin.
Robin though. He's one.
That was
B.
Scotty.
Robin was an orphan. That nigga had no powers and he couldn't fight. He's Robin. Fuck out of here.
Second finals.
Fuck out.
Second finals.
This is
Shaq averaged
crazy.
33 and 16.
But you're looking at Shaq.
But yo, y'all didn't say. Oh, who was the one who said Shaq wasn't the best player in the world though? During that time, was it you or was it you?
What?
Because one of y'all niggas said that. It was on the podcast that Shaq was never the best player in the league.
Ever? Somebody said that?
Yes, I think it was you.
I never.
I said what I have said before that sounds similar to that. I said you can make the argument that Kobe was never the best. I mean, not Kobe. Was it? Might have
We
been.
said it was Shaq. We talking about Shaq. It was Shaq. It was
I don't know,
Shaq.
Shaq.
I swear to God, it was. I
It
put that
wasn't
on
Shaq.
everything with Shaq. We had this conversation like, yo, I said it, and I brought up the 3-piece. He's like, nope, he wasn't. He wasn't the best player in the league. I'm like, how? He's like, he's the most dominant. Y'all know what? He's the most dominant. I said he was the best player in the league in the finals. And them three. All right. That's the same point. I just want to, and what do you feel? What do you feel? Because I'm a Knicks fan, right? What do you feel the Knicks need to do?
Oh yeah, that was my next
How are we
question.
doing?
Yeah, because we started talking about top 5s and we was actually
Oh.
about Kobe. All right, let's get to the next topic. What are the next steps for the New York Knicks? Max JT.
Get a better fucking roster.
We got to sit up for this.
New York
okay,
Knicks.
The whole camera ain't going.
New York Knicks. It's time to sell the franchise. It's time to look at yourselves in the mirror and understand that you will never, ever win another championship.
Ever?
Y'all was screaming orange and blue skies. Y'all was saying we're going to the championship.
I don't think he's even answering the question.
Y'all said we want the Brooklyn Nets. Y'all said we could do it. Y'all believed. Y'all spit on Trae Young.
Who's
A Knicks fan spit on Trae Young.
You disagree with that?
He was there. He was at the game. He saw it with his own eyes and applauded
one person?
when he saw it.
Nah, I never did that. See, it's Kevin.
Now, when you do all of that, when you throw a parade after winning the playoff game, you have some type of PTSD that needs to be addressed. You need to go to Talkspace.com and talk to
Yo,
someone.
don't give
It's
nobody
okay.
no fucking pre-promotion on this shit.
So now go see it.
right.
Go see a counselor. Go see a psychiatrist.
psychologist.
Go see a sports psychologist. And we
Yeah.
gotta fix this. It starts with rebuilding the Knicks fans. Because you all are a bunch of idiots. And you need to accept it. So to fix the franchise, burn Madison Square Garden. Burn all your jerseys, burn all your merch,
You have-
burn all your.
Don't do that.
He has a lot of hate in his heart
It's not hate.
towards
Don't
the
do that.
Knicks
It's-
fans, and I don't see
It
why.
doesn't mean-
No, yes, I do
burn it.
hate Knicks fans.
He doesn't mean burn it literally, everybody.
Burn the idea of
There you
Madison
go.
Square Garden out of your
He wants to
head.
burn a building.
Rename.
not.
That is crazy.
I don't believe in
No, he
arson.
does not.
I do not believe in arson.
No, he
Please do
does
not do that.
We're not promoting that on this
Um,
We're not promoting that.
and is
page.
this
Hello in the
time
building.
to give it up?
Yeah, shout out to Melo,
Shout out to Melo. Don't use Melo in 2K.
but not that Melo. This is
Number
the real
15.
Melo.
Number 15.
This is the real Melo. When I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the
the
show.
real Melo. The real Melo.
Show number 1.
Yeah, episode 1.
Episode 1. Mellow.
But yeah, that's how I feel the New York Knicks need to give it up, end the franchise. Just rename it the New York Nets. Y'all would have KD, y'all would have Kyrie, y'all would have James Harden, and then y'all could, chant about potentially winning the championship with a bunch of injuries on the bench.
It's not like a lot of hate. Again,
Um,
coming from a Boston Lakers, I don't know what kind of fan he is anymore.
Why don't you ask me since you don't know?
You know
Why
me.
don't you ask me
No,
since
I-
you don't know?
Can I talk?
Why don't you? No, you just
Can I
spoke
talk?
for me and
But I
said
didn't finish.
I don't know what type of
But I
fan he is.
didn't know.
Ask me. I'm right
I
here.
don't want to ask you.
I'm right. Why not? Why assume?
Because I
Why
don't
not
know.
know? Why sit there and not know?
Actually,
When I'm
yeah.
sitting right here.
I actually don't want to know.
Why not?
I don't know what.
Why do you?
He's a
Why are you
Boston
comfortable
fan
with
one
not knowing
day.
something?
He's a
Why are
Lakers
you not
fan.
comfortable without
He's a
knowing
Lakers fan the next day. He's a LeBron fan this day. I don't know what kind of fan he is.
So
But
ask,
for the Knicks,
ask,
don't worry about it.
ask.
I'm good. I'm fine. You could
Are
whatever
you
fan,
comfortable with not knowing?
whatever fan you. That's fine.
All right.
It's fine with me. I'm good.
You
The
got the
Knicks, I feel like we put ourselves in a great position to actually do some damage and actually get free agent to maybe somebody in the draft, maybe move a few pieces around. We have some pieces. We got cap space. We just need the right pieces and the right players around to make us sustainable and to make us get to the second, third round of the playoffs next year. We're going realistic expectations. I went out on a limb and said, yeah, the Knicks going to win the chip and all. Yeah, we all make wrong predictions every time, every day. It happens, right? But realistically, the Knicks, we have a good roster, make some trade pieces, get a few free agents. I believe in the Knicks management, not the owner, the Knicks management. And I feel like next year, second round and better.
so y'all got. So basically, you giving big expectations for the Knicks.
Second round and better, yes.
Second round and better.
Yes.
So what's the difference between this year?
second round of what?
You know what?
All right,
second round
hold
of
on. Let me
draft?
ask you something,
You
JT.
know what?
Second round of draft. So
Play
let me ask you
off.
something,
Playoffs.
Ernie. So you think,
Playoffs, nigga.
so hold on. Let me ask you something, Ernie.
Yes.
So serious question. So your expectations this year was the finals, correct?
Did I admit I was wrong?
Yeah. So
we all wrong.
So
We're
you're
wrong.
downgrading
We're wrong.
from your expectations to the second round.
Second and third, second round and better.
Why is that? If you think you would get free agency,
What?
why is that? If you think you would get free agency,
If you think the Knicks are gonna be better,
if you think the Knicks is gonna get better next year, why not say finals again?
Wait. Your question
What-
was,
what's
you
your
think we're
question?
gonna get somebody in free agency?
Yeah, because he said that they would get better because of free agency.
So
Free agency, draft, making some trades,
so
whatever
his
you got to
expectations
do.
was the finals this year. Why go back?
Why go backwards?
Because it was
I get
too
you.
high of a ceiling. It was too high of a ceiling. I brought
Okay.
my expectations down. Realistically, I think we can get second round and better.
Okay.
I don't know who we're gonna get. Who asked me we're gonna get this player? I'm not gonna do all that. Yo, we're gonna get Kawhi. I don't know. We don't. This free agent class is don't have that much free agents. Got some veterans, but I feel like the Knicks could do enough to make sure that we could get at least the second and third round of the
I
playoffs.
agree.
And just go from there.
even
And just go from there. I'm not gonna champ. I learned my lesson.
even with the roster as currently constructed,
No.
so they have to make a move.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make some moves.
So if they don't make a move,
If they don't make a move at all,
first round exit.
possible.
Playoffs?
In the East?
Yeah, they can make playoffs.
Not fourth seed.
Hell,
It doesn't matter. As long as they make the playoffs, it's fine.
they go under 4 seed, 6, 7, 8.
I understand that. If they don't make no moves though, right? If we don't make no
If they
moves,
don't make no
they can make
moves.
the playoffs
No,
again.
they gotta get
Probably get
Julius
down first
Randle.
round.
So
fucking-
what's the
Right.
difference?
But
between-
hold. If Julius Randle plays better than what he did this past series, right, with the same team, because to be honest, they lost because
Still
of
not
why?
a 4th seed.
So I want to ask you.
Still not a 4th seed.
If, Matt,
No.
if Julius Randle, right, played better,
Julius Randle plays and does good.
they would have won to
we're
the second
we're
round.
1 seed.
No. We would have went to the second round.
All right,
It's
so
fine.
let me ask you something, Ross. So you keep the same exact team, right?
I don't expect them to keep the same exact team. But okay, what if? Okay, we're playing a what if situation.
Say
But
they
he said
do.
You can't say
I don't
what
want
if.
to say
I
if.
know.
Say they do keep the same team. Why do they? You say no finals now. What's the difference between this season and last season?
I just told you I was
No, he
wrong.
said he had high expectations.
Oh,
I
high
give him that. I
expectations.
give him
That's
that.
our expectations. It's okay.
You get a
I
pass
can't
for
blame
that?
him a little bit.
Hell no.
About for being
Give
wrong
that
on
nigga
prediction?
no pass.
No.
Oh, for really believing that the New York Knicks was going to go to the final.
I was wrong in prediction, just like a lot of people was wrong in their predictions.
No. But
It's no different. No, there's no difference.
That's a ridiculous.
You being wrong, you being wrong.
Ernie, I got a question.
That's a disgusting take.
Ernie,
But just like all the niggas say, yo, LeBron's gonna go and win the chip and go all this shit and sweep the Suns on it. But how do they look? When they're
Stupid.
dead ass,
We
stupid,
lost.
wrong, right? Yeah. So what are you
Right.
talking? We
So,
all
Aaron,
wrong. Things happen.
Knicks
Let me
was
ask-
healthy. Lakers
let me ask you a
wasn't.
I want to
question.
hear that. I want to hear that shit.
Can I ask you a question?
You really believe the Knicks
you
are
can
going
be
to go to the
honest
final?
right now.
That's crazy.
You can be 100% honest and we won't fault you. Did you really feel like they was gonna go to the final?
I
Like,
think they had a shot, man.
are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, man. I think the
Yo,
way does it
And
Towards
I'm
the
sitting
tail
across
end-
from this man debating him.
towards the
Like,
tail
did you-
end.
like,
I'm gonna.
honestly, you thought that they was gonna
Listen.
make- You
Towards-
thought that they were gonna be any one of the top
I'm gonna tell you
3
right now.
seeds?
I'm gonna tell you
He
right now.
thought they were going to be Brooklyn.
With the tail end of the season, we was playing good basketball. Julius Randle was looking great. I feel like we had a momentum. We was the defensive team. We was actually top 3 in 3-point shots made. Let's not and we played great deep, top 10 in defense. So you make it seem like I'm saying something that's crazy. Like the Jazz is number 3 in offense, number 3 in defense all season. And look where they're at. You see what I'm saying? They're still in the playoffs, right? I'm thinking the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Top same thing, top 10 in offense, defense, or 3-point shooting
So
and
you-
defense. I'm thinking, and Julius Randle stepping up, being a superstar. Well, I'm sorry, not superstar, all-star that he is. Think he had a shot,
So you look
but
at
I was
all
wrong.
those numbers.
I was wrong. I was
Listen, you
wrong.
looked at all those
To
numbers.
say I was
No,
wrong.
keep
It's
that
okay.
talk.
It's okay.
You look
Are
at
you
all
trying to
the-
just say all
No,
this stuff
you
to
look
say I
at-
was wrong? I was
No,
wrong.
I
That's okay.
understand you,
America,
bro.
I was wrong.
People
I had
are
to go.
wrong.
Be accountable.
I mean,
Listen,
I'm
you're
wrong.
accountable.
Wrong.
Listen, so you look at all those numbers. They was third in what you said, 3-point shooting,
Mhm.
Yeah,
defense.
yeah, top 5
And
defense.
when you picked them to win the chip, you didn't look at the numbers at how many games they beat teams over 500.
I said the momentum coming into the playoffs. We was playing really well. If you was listening, after that's gonna carry over into the playoffs, and we was gonna do something. But clearly, I was
That didn't
wrong.
answer my question. I want to know if you really.
I said yeah. I said we had a shot. We had a
that they
shot.
was making it to the
Stay-
final.
We had a good shot. It was a weird year. Hey, anybody could win a chip. Anybody could have won a chip this year. Along with the Knicks, I lost. Just like every other
Happens.
29.
My team lost too.
Just like every other 29 team's gonna lose too. So it's only be one
Happens,
champion.
right?
It happens, man.
My team lost too.
It happens.
Nah, I agree.
Remember you said that.
It happens.
Because when I say that,
Say what?
I sound crazy.
Say what?
That if you didn't win, you lost.
But when he says rings don't matter, then we sound
Never
crazy.
said
What?
that.
Right.
I'm just
I
saying.
get it.
I'm
I get it.
just saying.
I hear you.
I'm just
That's
saying.
crazy.
I'm just
He
saying.
just making
Yo,
it
when
up.
this happens again, the
I have
audio,
never
you better
made.
save it.
I have
Screenshot
never
it.
made anything up in my
I
life.
said accolades don't matter. That's what I said.
You said that too.
Like the MVPs, defense player of the year. I think the media controls the narrative. Yes.
I
I
agree
didn't
with
say
you.
that. I didn't say the rings didn't matter. Never came out of my mouth.
Next question.
The next question is, yeah, we were talking about the Knicks for a minute. JT, good job looking at the camera. All right, so
Thank you.
because he was mad focused. All right, so
What are you supposed to look like?
because Ernie, you don't look at the camera, so you look at me.
My fault.
Yeah,
Can you
Ernie.
keep my bad?
Um,
Go ahead, man. What the fuck is the
So
question?
this it, man. Yo,
are
let
we
me know
counting
what
Lakers'
you gotta
future
do.
out due to old LeBron and injuries?
Mm.
I'm not asking you, bro.
I'm just saying me. I'm saying
You want to go first? Or you want
It don't matter. Listen, I think I can't count on AD. Everybody keeps talking LeBron's gonna pass the torch and pass. I can't count on him to be healthy enough to have a full season to help bring the Lakers another championship. I think if you haven't seen him play in New Orleans before the Lakers, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, AD's injured." Like, no, he has an injury history. So I feel like LeBron passing the torch is not going to be a recipe for success to get them another championship. And now with the players they got now, who do you feel like they need to get rid of? Before you even answer the question, who do you think they need to get rid of? The Lakers. What do you think they need to do?
I think they need to get rid of everybody but Caruso, AD, KCP.
Yeah, you talking about
KCP.
Kuzma?
and- No, Kuzma gotta go. Everybody but those three.
Wait, you
Okay,
keeping
go.
Kuzma?
Yeah.
No, I'm not keeping.
No, I said Caruso.
I like
Kuzma could go. He gotta go.
TC.
I really used to like. I honestly really liked Kuzma. Like
They should have kept Brandon Ingram. He's fucking
like
great.
like a
Couldn't.
couple of years
Couldn't.
ago.
Gotta get AD.
Yeah, but we had
That's
to.
good.
Like we made good moves. Is AD the future?
Are you keeping TCT?
I like
You
it.
gotta go.
Because he signed with Clutch, right? He
It's
with Clutch now?
THT, nigga.
Whatever, THT, whatever. That nigga.
It's
You keeping him?
THT. I'm
ABC?
keeping him. I'm
You
keeping him.
keeping him?
Yeah. I'm keeping THT because he-
Everybody but AD,
Yeah, he's tradable though. He's
KCP,
tradable.
and Caruso. If I have a chance to get a third superstar,
Get rid of them niggas.
anybody but those
Of
three.
course,
are
yeah.
Get rid of them niggas and sign everybody on 1-year contracts.
What do you think about the Russell Westbrook? Do you think that's gonna help solve your problems?
If he goes to the Lakers,
Yes.
No.
Why not?
yes.
No.
You say yes, you say no. Why?
I'm gonna say no because when we go to sign Russell Westbrook, we're gonna give up so much shit. If we don't have a bench, we need somebody to come off for that shit to help us a little bit. We don't have a bench now.
You'll be too top heavy and not have no bench.
Exactly.
What you?
Will it make a difference? 100%. But is it a championship? Probably not.
It's a
think-
star-driven league.
I think
I get it.
Yeah, I think that
I get it.
star-driven league. The only thing I would love Westbrook, but the only thing I don't like is that he can't shoot a jump shot, so it takes away from
Everything else.
that. But I would like him because when free agency comes, they could sign people to vet minimums. They could get Dwight
But that's what I
back,
just said.
Danny Green back,
On 1-year
JaVale
contract.
McKee back, whoever they could get back, and they just sign everybody to vet minimums. And people are gonna want to play to win the ring.
I think it's gonna be hard to have Russell because I feel like him and LeBron both need the ball.
But that's only.
And I feel like they're not gonna play off ball.
No, I get it, but that's only if we can sign and people buy into the shit where it's like, oh yeah, this is our role. If we don't have people on our bench to be like, yo, this is our role, then we fuck
But I mean, that's what LeBron been doing
his whole career.
since he left Cleveland the first time. He's been getting people that know their role to sign 1-year vet minimums, and then they do what they need to do. We saw when they won a
I think we
championship with
gave
the
up
Heat.
too
We saw
much
that
this
with
last free. Like we gave up too many people.
Who you give up?
I-
Oh,
I
you
think
talking
we
about like
got-
Danny Green?
We gave up that game.
Yeah,
left,
fair.
White left, JaVale McKee.
Well, I
If they got
think-
that chip,
I
it's like
think-
fuck them out.
I think
give
their
them
roster
money.
was better this year, but it's just that the injuries.
Yeah, they
You
didn't
think
even
we
play
had a
together.
better- you think they had a
Yeah.
better roster this year?
Dennis Schroeder's a
Oh, and they
upgrade
got to
of
keep
Rondo.
drumming. They got to keep drumming.
Yeah, we have to keep drumming.
They got to keep drumming.
I think
those four.
Dennis Schroeder was an upgrade of Rondo.
Schroeder's out of there.
Marcus Gasol and Drummond was upgraded to White.
Yeah, they had a better
I think they
roster.
had a
They
better
just didn't
roster,
have a
but then
chance
after
to gel.
that, but then after that, right? Who we had?
And also, you have to factor in. Look
More
at
if they
both
show
teams.
up. Yeah, it's
Look
like-
at both teams that went to the finals last year. They got bumped first round. Like there was no break
70
between
days.
last season and this season. So I'm not saying that was the reason, but that kind of factors in. The Heat weren't the same team, nor were the Lakers.
I get it. But you're professionals. That's your job.
Nah, it's not that. It's not that
It's
simple.
hard.
As an athlete, it's not that simple.
It's
That's
hard.
like saying you don't give a teacher their summer vacation. They work throughout the summer, and then you expect them to be the same teacher in the fall. That's not fair.
That's your job.
Do you agree with
That's
that?
not
I'm
fair.
not saying it's fair. I'm
Do you
saying
agree
Right,
that's
but your
job.
performance is not going to be the same as a
I'm
normal.
not saying your performance is. I said that's your job.
What
Why?
does that mean?
Why is it not
That
gonna be
means-
safe? It's just saying because of injuries. Is
No,
that-
because of fatigue.
Because of fatigue, because being tired. I agree with that. But you know what they did though?
is that the same?
They
Same
had
thing.
injuries where they was hurt and sat down to get that little rest.
They have like
They
look,
had-
4
they
months
had
off during
20
COVID.
games, all that shit
Right,
they
but
did.
that also-
no, he's
that's-
talking about this season. He's not talking about the bubble season.
Right, but that plays into the fact of him. You have 4 months off. I'm refreshed, win a chip, and then you come back and play again. It's like
That's
saying
70
4 months
days.
off, that doesn't mean
Yeah,
you're coming
70
back
days. They didn't have 4 months.
They only have 70 days, but from the last
from the
season
COVID.
to
Yes,
this season. No,
from
from last
the
from
chip.
chip to
Okay.
this. Cool, get it right. Get your body right. Your body's not all there, right? I agree with you. But at the end of the day, then they got hurt. Then he got hurt.
What's the difference between that and you playing in the Olympics?
Exactly. And they're coming back and playing the next game.
Because of
Don't
the
play-
first of all, the
Well,
Olympics and
talent
playing
is
an NBA
terrible.
season.
Huh?
The
It's
talent
two
is
completely
terrible.
different
Yeah, but
And-
you're still playing basketball.
and
Fairly
your whole team is
practicing.
not
They're
all
not
the
playing.
time.
playing
Your whole
in the
team-
Olympics.
There's only one person
Not
playing
playing
though.
full basketball.
They up 40 every game.
And there's
50 every
only
game.
one person out of that team that's playing, so I'll give you that. Like, there's no way that like LeBron's playing one. He's the only person on the team fucking playing in the Olympics, if so. But we could have we get on your fucking job. You hurt.
Take care of your
Get to
body.
take care of your body, and then you could.
And then the starting lineup only played like 5 games together.
Yeah, I think y'all really underestimating how hard it is to go from that from the whatever time you set up initially, the 4 months. If they did have that,
No,
Yeah,
that's
70 days. He was talking about. He was talking about 4 months before the chip.
before the bubble.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But that has nothing to do with it. They
But
wanted
even with
chip.
that time period though, like,
But I'm saying it wasn't. They didn't. It's not like they played the whole full season. I mean, stop midway, took off 4 months. Everybody got rejuvenated, played
We're talking
again.
about this season.
No, I got you. But
He was in a bubble. They was in a bubble for 3 months.
Yeah. Well, all
And then
I'm
they had
saying
70
is,
days off.
they didn't have to
All I'm
travel.
saying
They didn't have to. It's a lot of. It's a lot
all
of
I'm
factors.
saying is, at the end of the day, they had things to do where they could have, like the injuries wasn't that crazy. Yeah.
But if
I
you
think
look
that-
at it, everybody got hurt this year.
Yeah, a lot of
Every
people, but
team
I'm just
that
saying,
got
you
hurt.
had rest.
Like, even the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson and Kevin Knox was out.
Yeah.
That could have helped them.
Kevin
Mitchell
Knox
Rob-
sucks.
Mitchell
But that's
Robinson
still gonna
definitely
help them.
will. Yeah,
That's a
no.
body that
Especially with him in the
He
well.
starts.
Yeah.
I agree. But
everybody got hurt this season.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about he came back.
But it's not an
LeBron came
excuse,
back and
though.
played.
It's not
No
an excuse.
LeBron came back and played. AD came back and played. Everybody came back and played. Drummond got hurt first game.
Yeah.
Came back and fucking played. At the end of the day, that's your job. Play the fucking game and get. If y'all lose, y'all lose. Like we did, we lost. I'll give it that. And then if there's no excuses, we fucking lost. But at the end of the day, that's your job. Get on your fucking job and let's go. That's it.
I'm just saying it still factors into your performance. That's like saying like if Kyrie Irving could walk, get on the court and play, and then when he doesn't perform, just do
Well,
your
but
job.
that's what James Harden's about to do tonight. He's hurt and about to go play.
That's what AD did. That's what I'm saying.
And that's why he got,
And he
I'm not.
he
I'm
got
not-
hurt doing that.
I'm
Could
not-
have potentially ended his career.
I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's like it's like
But it's part of the game.
thing. It's a part of it. Like you have
Yeah.
to understand. Like this is what it is. Especially in the shortened season. He had a short season of 72 games.
And you don't make no excuse for people
And
when
they
they
didn't play 20 games. He didn't play 20 games. He had 20 games of rest. That means like about a month and a half that he
That's
didn't
not
play.
really rest though, because you were hurt.
But even with-
playing? Are you
But
playing?
even with that though, that doesn't mean that that's enough for you to recover from your injury.
I'm not saying that's a
Injuries play a factor, but
What
it's
I'm
like
saying, like it's still an injury, and maybe it was severe, maybe it wasn't severe. But we don't know. We don't really know what they do because they shoot them niggas up and they say, "Yo, play." But they do. They did that. They give them the cortisone shots and say, "Yo, you good? You could fucking play." Maybe it hurts their career, but at the end of the day, if that's what you're gonna do and that's your mindset, then go out there and fucking play your game. Like this.
Can I just?
Yes, sir.
You ever got hurt at work?
Yes.
And what you did?
I went on workers' comp.
So you don't understand.
I
This
went on
shit-
workers'
and
comp. I got bread.
they out there physically.
But I don't think he's
I
saying
get
playing
it.
through
I'm not
injuries,
saying
but it's
play
part of
through
the game though. Like no one's gonna knock whoever wants to chip this year.
Yeah.
Because everybody got injured. Like no one's gonna remember that. Like 5 years not ago,
I'm
but
not-
won a chip, won a chip. We're not gonna talk about well, these niggas got injured, these niggas got injured.
But
Like,
then
it happens.
niggas, you know what the crazy thing? The niggas will say,
Nah,
And then niggas
I
will say,
agree.
Niggas
It's
will say, oh yeah, that bubble championship is a bullshit championship. How?
It matters.
Because we won.
Yeah, they won. They won.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it didn't take no
Won
win. Yeah, they
the
won the
So
ring.
injury, like Ross said it one time. He said injuries is part of the game.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is,
it
it
happens.
is.
Yeah.
But they went out there and they did their job.
Right.
That's
Somebody
it.
got to win. So
Somebody got to
yeah.
fucking win.
And at the
And
conclusion,
it wasn't us this year. And I'm okay with that.
and at the conclusion of
I
all
lost
that,
money, but I'm okay with that.
guess who still sucks?
The Knicks.
The New York.
I
At the
just
end of the
wanna ask-
day,
all right, this is my last question.
at the end of the day,
This is
both our
I got
teams
two
sit at home.
questions.
Both our teams
you
sit
don't
at
even know
home.
who my team is.
you need Max.
Very nice.
Both of your teams.
You Celtics.
Now he traded the Celtics.
What, to the Lakers?
How you gonna tell me I'm a Celtics fan?
Celtics and Lakers, right? I know you traded one of the two.
He traded.
So now you're back to the Lakers? I'm asking you a question. You told me to ask you. I'm asking you a question.
What are you
Are you
asking?
a Celtics fan or you a Lakers fan?
Celtics.
I just said that.
Right.
Okay. I said both teams are sitting at home. Okay.
Oh, all right. So
we
let's.
got one more question.
Oh,
Then
God.
we got.
All right,
Yeah, I'm about to-
I want to know. I want to know. For next season, I want to just go to next season real quick. Who do y'all got winning next season? What's your
Lakers.
prediction?
Championship?
Championship.
Lakers.
I can't
It's
call it
hard,
out because the off season matters too much.
All right.
Yeah.
All season, the
That's
draft.
It's hard.
Because not for nothing, I'll do this. My surprise team next year is going to be the Golden State Warriors. They will be a top 4
Yep.
seed in the West next year.
I agree. If
My
Clay
surprise
comes
team.
back and doesn't get hurt,
Given Clay comes back, and if their draft picks hit this year,
And they got a lot of salary.
they might
They
have
got-
2
they
lottery
got-
picks.
They saying that they show like Kawhi could go there.
Yeah.
They can afford him.
Yeah.
That'd
yeah,
be
no,
crazy.
they got money.
Warriors
Anybody
will
else
be
got a
my
surprise team? My
sleeper
surprise team is I think Denver. I think Denver fully healthy with Jamal Murray back, the other guard back. I think they really gonna. I think that Michael Porter Jr. stepping up more. I think.
Porter Jr. sucks.
All
Nah,
right.
he don't suck.
So,
He don't
let's
suck.
get to
That's
this.
a
Let's get
bad
to
No
this.
fucking defense.
All
All
right,
right,
we'll
ready?
see.
All right.
We'll see.
So we're gonna play a little game.
Yeah.
Playoff edition.
Wait, are you done with the last other question?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, fuck it.
It's
It's
called
gonna be
Would You
quick.
Rather.
Y'all don't have to debate it.
Yeah.
It is
Just
what
would
it
you
is.
rather?
yeah, yeah.
Would
So
you
are we
rather?
both answering the question?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Just simple answers. Would you rather? All right. Would you rather have Ben Simmons or Giannis shooting a free throw? JT first.
For the game
Shooting a
winner.
free throw?
The
Shooting a
game
free
winner.
throw. No, just shooting a free throw.
Oh, Giannis.
Okay. Who would you
Giannis.
have? Okay.
Giannis?
Who you rather have taken the last shot? Chris Paul or Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Damn, that was easy. for you?
Who would you rather have
Chris
guarding
Paul.
ball on the final possession? Kawhi or Rudy Gobert?
Say that one more time.
Who would you rather guard and ball on the final possession? Rudy Gobert or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Okay.
Simple fucking question.
Would you? I got this from Colin Coward, actually. Would you rather
Shout out to
build?
his show. I like his
Yeah,
show.
his show is good.
Yeah.
And I would say his answers after.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather build a team around Trae Young or Devin Booker? Go with you, Ernie.
Trae Young.
Okay.
Trae Young.
Okay.
Both of you?
Okay. Would you rather have Jokic or Embiid?
Jokic.
Game 7. Who would you rather have, Kawhi or KD?
KD.
Kawhi.
Okay.
What was that?
Kawhi.
He said Kawhi. He said
What
KD.
was it?
Kawhi to KD. Who's the best Rob? Well, who would you rather have as a Robin? Paul George or Chris Middleton?
Paul George.
Chris Middleton.
Okay. So Colin Coward had Ben Simmons because he said it looks better,
Looks better,
him
yeah.
shooting than having Giannis. He said Giannis might get a violation.
That's fair. That's fair. I get it. That's fair. That's
Yo,
fair.
he gets one violation and now he's gonna do that.
Nah,
with
he
the
got,
game
nah, he
on
got
line?
another one. He had another one
Nah,
recently.
he did. He
I seen that
got 2 or
shit.
3. So
One
he
of
was
his
saying it looks better, and he most of the time could make 1 out of 2.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
seen
a
it last
higher-
night.
Who
Last
has
night
the
he
higher
did.
percentage?
Who, Giannis?
Free throw, I think Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, yeah, I seen him.
Oh, I
like,
thought
last night he
Giannis
did.
had the higher
No.
percentage.
Ben
Oh, okay.
Simmons.
Well, that's why I picked Giannis.
Taking the last shot,
So who you taking, Ben Simmons or Giannis?
I take it Ben Simmons
I'm
because I seen him go 1 out of 2 yesterday. When I
Me
watched the
too.
game.
Yeah, I watched it too.
Yeah.
Okay, he could.
I didn't even get to
I'm
really
taking
see.
Giannis.
Kevin Durant or Chris Paul. He picked Kevin Durant because he could create his own shot, which
Yeah.
I both said Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard or Rudy Gobert. He picked Kawhi Leonard like I
Guard
did
all
because
positions.
he could go 1 through 5.
Yeah.
If it came down to it, Rudy Gobert can't guard. See what Chris Paul did to him. Would you rather build a team around Trae Young or Devin Booker? Yeah, both said Trae Young.
Mhm.
He picked Trae Young as well because he said his leadership, and Devin Booker haven't been like a leader against Chris Paul. Would you rather have Joker and Embiid? I both picked Joker, which is surprising because Embiid is a better player, but Colin Coward said Joker because he's healthy.
Yeah.
Embiid isn't
Yeah.
healthy, so you rather.
Is that the only reason why to pick somebody if they're healthy? What about their skill set?
I think
Nah,
Embiid
health
has
matters.
better skill set,
I
right?
Health
think
is-
he has better skill set. I think Jokic shoots better than Embiid. I think he can pass the ball better than Embiid.
I think I
think
just
that,
think
I think his paint moves are probably like he's like slow mo, but he can get that shit in.
But he can't impose his will in the game like him.
I
That's what
could
I'm
get.
saying.
I agree with
Like,
that.
if you had to pick a better player, who would you pick it? Embiid or Joker?
I'll take Joker just because he could do the same thing Embiid could do, but just get more assists.
All right, I think Embiid's a better player, but I answered Joker, and the answer's right because he's healthy.
But we answer right. We answer.
And
Yeah,
and
so
Embiid is a way better defensive player than Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Joker's a better pass, so it's like it's about who you want.
That's a big difference.
All right, Game 7, you answered Kawhi, KD. You said
I said KD.
KD.
said
you
Kawhi.
Game
said
7,
Kawhi.
right?
I
Yes.
said Kawhi.
He said Kawhi because Kawhi could guard both ends of the floor. Kawhi won as the man.
No, Kawhi can't guard both ends of the floor. Not
But he
anymore.
can-
Not this year's Kawhi. We haven't seen it.
You seen it against fucking
Dallas?
be against
Like
who?
2 plays.
The last 2
He
games that
can't do it.
mattered.
He can't do
So-
it for a
so
whole
how-
game.
No, no one can do it for a whole game, but he can still do it.
I
At
don't
the-
think he can do it for
He's in the
games.
game
So
7.
Game 7.
In the game
I don't
7,
think he can do it in the game 7.
he did it in game 7 fucking versus
For 2
Dallas.
plays.
You just said he couldn't do it when he did it.
Except for the whole game.
He said for game 7.
As the man, as the man.
He was guarding.
Oh yeah, I'm still taking KD.
Well, his answer was Kawhi. He said he could play defense. And we seen him take over Game 7 in Philly.
Yeah.
With a shot. Blah, blah.
Big cat.
All right.
And he guarded Giannis too. Let's get to it before that. Let's not get that straight. He
The
fucked
Robin,
it up.
Chris Middleton, and Paul George. You said Chris Middleton, said Paul George. Colin said Paul George because he said that basically he's seen Paul George by himself. He hasn't seen Chris Middleton by himself.
So what does that mean to as
I
a
know it
Robin?
didn't make sense, but
That don't
What
make
would you
sense.
say?
if I had to pick, it's tough.
I'm going.
I might go
I'm
Paul
Paul
George.
Paul George is more talented, but I feel like Chris Middleton has been this year more consistent. Like the past
Agreed.
3 years,
Yeah, because
Paul
they
George has
showed,
been a no-show.
they said Paul George has the worst field goal percentage in playoff history.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like the name is just a better name, but when you look at the numbers and actually how they've been
Yeah.
playing the game lately, Chris Middleton has been better.
I'm taking Paul George just because even if he just struggles with offense, I could put him on a defender. I mean, on someone else playing D and help slow him down.
Niggas have been giving Paul
I
George
can't.
40 all the playoffs.
Chris Middleton doesn't play no defense at all. So it's like, and he's like,
So then it don't matter.
no, it matters. Who you taking to play defense?
It don't matter, but they both
I'm
suck.
asking you a question.
They
Who you
both
think?
suck.
You take Chris Middleton,
It
right?
don't matter.
See, now it doesn't matter.
Well,
Now you don't have an
Don't
opinion,
matter.
right? You don't have an opinion,
Luka
right?
gave him 40. They told him to go.
What happened? Where's Luka at now? Sitting at home.
Donovan Mitchell gave him 40.
Well, he's about to be sitting at home too.
That's your prediction.
All
I
right.
think so.
All
Who
right,
you got?
so
Utah.
are y'all done? Y'all got any
I'm
tips?
waiting for the,
Who
I'm
you
waiting for
have?
the host.
Who you?
Why you keep cutting off the
Can I ask him a
host?
question real quick?
What's the question?
Who's he have? Utah Clippers.
So you want that?
Yeah, he said he has. I don't remember. What you
Yeah,
said.
I don't think you answered.
Answer that question.
Who do you have?
We'll wait and see.
See what I mean? This that bullshit I be talking about. This is that bullshit I be talking about. They don't have an
All
opinion,
right,
right?
so
You gonna
do you have
suck
any
it
questions for us?
You know what? I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna go Clippers. I think Clippers are gonna win. They have the better team, in my opinion, because they don't. The Utah don't have Mike Conley.
Okay.
But if Mike Conley comes back, we can revisit that.
He might come
conversation.
back. I heard he might come
All right, do you have any questions for us?
How y'all think it went?
I think it went well.
Yeah. It's a good
I
podcast.
can't see
It
the
was
comments.
good.
What
Yeah.
it
It was.
was
a-
It was. At
It was
first,
good.
it was active, and then they just stopped typing.
back. I think they
but-
now they just listening.
Yeah, they just listening.
Okay.
It was dope. It was dope. I like the new look. Arguments is just arguments. After that's all regular. So Ernie don't be in here after this.
Yeah, we good. Bro.
Nah, but it was dope. I think we should do this again. I think we should do this.
Pussy for that.
Regular outro.
Yo, let's get previews to next week,
Nah,
man.
listen,
Next week's
listen.
gonna be good.
Listen,
Next
are
week.
we gonna do this every week or are we gonna do this every other week? Because Justin said he don't want to burn you out. I don't know what that means.
We just talking about this.
But he said he don't want to burn you out. People might wanna-
Yeah.
Listen,
Dude, that was mad sus.
yeah, this guy's been saying such shit.
You was the one that said you didn't want to burn him out.
Spanish on Spanish crime.
All right, well, we're gonna end. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna back on them.
Yeah, last words for you
Y'all
guys.
gotta say anything to the American people.
Appreciate you guys subscribing.
Oh,
go
I want to
ahead.
do a poll.
Yeah, do it real
Oh,
quick.
do the poll.
Yo, I don't think people was here. Is anybody in the chat?
Yeah,
Anybody in the
do it.
chat?
There's people.
Oh, we should have said at the beginning.
Nah, we can still do the poll and we
After
just
they
reveal it.
heard everything.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we
That's
can
cool.
reveal it during
The next
I'll
one?
do it
before
on
y'all
Twitter.
debate.
I'll do it on
No,
Twitter.
Yeah.
tell them, tell them,
Yeah.
tell
I'll do it
them.
on Twitter. I'll have to
Tell
watch the
other
video.
people. Tell other people.
We're gonna do a
Definitely right.
Twitter poll, and I want y'all to go vote. JT or Ernie who won the debate. I think it was a fair debate. Grant is here. Who you think won, Grant?
Don't wait for his answer, nigga.
Mr.
Talk.
Grant is here. Grant don't be on Twitter though. I don't know who you think.
Grant is on Twitter.
Nah, he don't be like active.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a good show, guys.
Who you got? Who do you think won?
It's a good debate, man.
I think it's up
I
in
think
the
it
air.
went 12 rounds. I think it was a tie. I think we need one more. Pick a side, man.
Thank you.
Who you
Yeah.
think won? Engineer?
It's up in the
Who you think won?
You don't watch
Jesus
basketball.
and the devil. Nigga, I don't like basketball. I don't know.
I think both
What the
guys
fuck
made
I was
good
talking
points. I think JT got a little bit more.
Home court advantage. I get it.
I think it,
JT 60,
Ernie
Ernie
40.
40.
I think that's a fair judgment. I think the only reason Ernie won was because of the
My
hand
way.
checking.
Do that again. Do that again.
I think Ernie lost because of the hand
Yeah, do
checking.
that again.
Kid, you lost the moment.
Do that again.
You lost the moment.
Yeah, you
Say
lost
that
the
again,
But
bro.
yo, we're gonna end this. End it.
It's my man. So I can't do
Nah.
it.
Y'all gotta say anything to American people?
Yeah, you were saying something?
No, subscribe to your channel and everything like that. Next
Appreciate
week,
you, bro.
yeah, next week be ready for me to kick your ass again.
Oh,
Appreciate it. It's amazing. It's fun.
let's get
It's
it.
fun.
Let me ask you guys a
I like
question
the
though,
confidence.
before we head out, right? Basketball season's about to be over soon. Right? When this shit is over, we doing like other sports too? We doing
Yeah.
football?
Yeah,
Or
We do football. We do
Are we
football.
doing any like Olympics or like as all sports or because you know
We don't gotta do sport. We can
there's a
switch it
point
up.
of time
Okay.
where sports stops for
Yeah,
the
summertime.
things, right? So are we gonna continue this or what y'all want to do?
We can switch it up.
Yeah.
We don't gotta do just sports. We can just switch up to different
We're gonna have to figure some things out.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, we'll be
music.
following.
We could do different shit.
Yeah. We could. This is gonna be like the complex.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm Joe Budden. You academics.
After I got a lot of followers, money, I'm good.
Yeah, that's not saying it's a bad thing. You know, you represent the unpopular opinion.
Oh, you better bet
And
the
I just
bad businessman. Okay,
Nah, I just represent the
who
real.
shit on your people, right?
Hey,
That's good.
listen. We ain't doing none of that. We fire niggas for that. I'll fire you right now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But let me talk to the American people. You gonna leave?
Oh, I thought
Steph?
I thought my fault.
See?
My
I think I
bad.
want to get fired.
My
So-
fault.
American people, thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your subs. We appreciate that. This is all something that's new for us. We're trying different things out. 40 Central Network is building brick by brick. We are also still looking for talent. So if you want to talk about sports, if you want to talk about politics, if you want to talk about music, if you want to talk about relationships, if you want to talk about aliens and UFOs, if you whatever it is that you want to talk about.
Music, politics, all that good shit.
I'm talking to the American
I apologize. So you're the only person who can talk to American people. Got it.
You had your moment. Can I finish? Can I finish my
I thought it
message?
was my fault.
So whatever it is that you want to talk about, 40 Central Network is building brick by brick. Like I said, we're always looking for talent. We can definitely use some more people and some more shows and some more ideas. Even if you want to just come and be an engineer, learn the backstage aspect of it, we can give you an opportunity to learn that. So if you're interested in joining the 40 Central Network, definitely like and subscribe to this podcast. Follow 40 Central on Instagram and DM the 40 Central Instagram page, or you can email us at 40 Central podcast@gmail.com to be a part of the team. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Chris, for being a part of this and allowing us to grow and believing in us as a network. Shout out to Ed Stone, our
Shout out.
engineer, as always, looking out for us and making sure we're putting out the dopest content on YouTube. And if you're a Knicks fan,
Yo, we appreciate you guys. Yo, shout out to all the Knicks fans out there. You heard?
Yeah, everybody get a shout out.
saying I'm the new people on the team.
Yo.
You want a shout out? Shout out to Justin.
I'm gonna take my own shot. I take the scoop. I mean, this is what we do.
It
It is what it is. Nah, but we are looking for people. We are looking for even if you guys want to come over here. Funny, man. This nigga wants to hear "Shake That Ass" one more time.
Yo!
I'm not doing that. He just,
And on that
he
note-
just whispered in my ears, "Shake that ass like a jelly bean," or something like that. Yo, listen, now funny
I'm
shit.
queuing
Like
up the music.
on a Monday, please everybody subscribe to us. Mondays we're doing podcasts. Thursdays we're doing podcasts. This Tuesday
Get
thing
them to
is
500.
yeah.
Right now, if you're my Twitch chat, get them to 500 right now.
Let's go, please. Thank you. If you guys want to come in and sit down on one of these episodes and just fuck with us, man. Just hit up 40 Central page, or like he said, hit up the
Instagram
email,
page.
or the
Oh, yeah.
Instagram,
Email.
or JT on Twitter, or hit me on Instagram, or hit him on. I don't give a fuck how y'all do it, but just hit us up. If y'all want to come chill with us, be a part of it, we can figure some shit out. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing this shit too. Like this is really fun.
Let me give him a round of
Yeah,
applause.
Appreciate y'all. Also, the Bucks is smacking the shit out of the Nets.
Somebody's doing this.
Tell you.
But it's cool.
Tried to tell y'all.
But
He had the Nets winning.
you got a
Yeah, series
outro
over?
for this shit?
Hmm?
You got a new outro for this shit or not?
Nah, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Whatever. We out of here. We love y'all.
Peace.
What he said about the Knicks?
Peace and blessings.
If you're a Knicks fan,
Shout out to the Knicks.
you're a bitch.
There we go. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
Hey, when you don't get like some no Knicks games, I'm mad.
We out of here. What you said? What you said before on the other scene? Glizzies is what? Glizzies is what?
Lizzies.
Glizzies is valid.
What?
They giving me the money.
Yo,
I
yeah.
don't know where he's
No,
going.
let it die. Let it die.
We out.
Let it die.
You don't want to talk about that? All right.